So after a little bit of fumbling, I finally get it up and running. So okay, sometimes I don't actually reach properly. So we're up to session number 45.
Woohoo!
So, game has been going for quite a while now. And it is Wrath of the Immortals, the Friday group, starting with the Ethengarians. We still have at least one of them in the party tonight.
The token Ethengarian? Just like the token male now, apparently, as well.
You are.
I'm token human.
And
I'm a few tokens today.
Yep.
You're the token Ethengarian, the token human, the token...
Male.
The token male. The token cleric. The token wizard. I don't know, what else can I throw out? Token failed ranger? Because that's always mentioned. Slightly.
So going there, we'll introduce Em, who's just introducing her token character.
All the tokens.
All the tokens.
Who may be renamed Token sometime in the future.
I swear to God, if my little imp renames me token, I'm gonna be mad. I'm Zol. I am the token everything today, because why not? I'll token squishy player as well. That's another one. Yeah, so we're finished traveling back? Well, in transit?
Technically, you finished last session at the trial, and you had the choice of where you wanted to go afterwards. And we hadn't quite made that decision, so I thought I would find out instead of making it for you.
Yeah. I think we said
wanted to go
either
back to Galantry.
or, I mean, we could go back to Ethengar and see what's happening there. So we've been back there for a while.
You want to take a few?
Okay.
I do too,
So I think at some point we also need to
Other
contact Redrian, because we have shiny orby things. That we need to find out what the hell to do with those. Or whether that's part of space magic stuff. Do we know that it's space magic, or is it just kind of alluded?
Which orb, the one you're worrying about?
Well, like the stuff he's asking us to find, do we know that that's space magic stuff?
He told us he came from space, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so yeah.
He said some of it is space magic, but he's looking for things relating to his space magic.
So we're not
Or
sure.
other, yeah.
So we're not sure whether the stuff we have is related to him or not. So we need to contact him at some point as well. So we have a few options.
That's right. We landed at Glantry to report to M's uncle and Redrian.
After discussing things with Kendra, you found out there were more space magic than just Redrian space magic. There's cat space magic.
Yes, like her shiny bow that doesn't need arrows. Need to get me one of those one day. Though I will suffice with my unbreakable arrows for now, because I have a couple of those.
Pretty good.
At least one of them I can call back. I need to. I don't think I had enough slots to attune all of them.
Well, you had another 5 of them, I believe. So you got 6 arrows that can be considered unbreakable in the end.
Yeah, I think I only have 3. I have the golden one, which is my mom's, the one from the Great Khan.
You got the clan one, and you got 4 bludgeoning ones that are also unbreakable.
Did I get 4? I only got 2 listed. I've got Long Runner and Medilli? So I only have 3 on my list, because that's, I think, all I could afford. On top of getting extra armor when we did the shopping sprees. Shopping spree. I do have the option to get more later on. Yes.
You do. And Ariadna.
I'm Calcrix, the White Dragon, with the jazz wings. And Baby Dragon with the jazz wings. And I have my companion Grindlewaffle Brewmaster, who's my coffee gnome. And hopefully we won't get up to too much trouble.
I'm sure you get up to a lot of trouble. It's a role-playing group. If you don't get up to trouble, what are you doing?
All the trouble.
Or well, not. Hopefully, not trouble that we can't get out of or gets us into deeper bog.
It is fun. And then we have Stefan.
Ooh, I am playing.
It is a thought this time because you have changed a few times recently. Even though it's technically the same character.
Sofa.
You are now Sofa, or are you
Sofa
Mdrak as Sofa?
No, I'm Sofa Nyla.
Sofa.
And I have a pet polar bear called Cushion. Who is much happier now, and I am both confused and astounded. Because I was like this for 3 years, so or whatever it was, I'm kind of used to it, but it was weird changing for a bit.
You've
like on the
remembered
fat
all
dwarf
the
again,
things
oh,
that
no.
you missed? Or not missed?
Yes, yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, and I'm a bard.
On the bright side, you do now have a polar bear who wants to hug you all the time.
Yes.
Because he missed you a lot.
Yeah, I've had to catch up on
And I prayed to my god.
Though he might need a little bit of, running because he seems to have.
He's a bit
eaten-
pudgy.
Yeah, I'll need to
Get him out for exercise.
yeah.
Basically, just create dancing light, and Calcrix and Cushion will both get exercise at the same time while they chase them.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't think Cushion's that big into chasing things.
Not as much as the axe beak.
Depends on if the X-Beak takes one of its favourite things and runs off with it.
Yeah, maybe if you do that and then do the dancing lights,
Maybe.
that might work.
No, you just need to sing.
Chase
While
the
you're
X-Beak,
walking.
chase the
Well,
X-Beak.
last week number 16 was throw things down the mountains. 15
Yeah,
got
I've got
us,
this,
you spin me round. You get me high and get me off the mountain.
What are you talking about? It was don't get blood on my polar bear. It was murder in the courtroom and get me off the mountain.
Well, there are a couple of, things going on.
How the hell do we have almost 3 different things? The only thing we got at the same is get me off the mountain.
It's this thing
Are you
called,
gonna argue
Chinese
with the artist the
whispers.
name of the song?
I've got your roles and the name that you told me the songs were called, but I don't have... What were the other ones?
I think
There's only
spin me
3.
right round was mentioned in there at some point.
You spin
It
me
was.
around. What's that?
Oh, I'm sure it was, but it's
You didn't write it down.
But Calcrix remembered.
But Calcrix remembered because Calcrix
Spin me
was
round.
singing along.
what was that even a reference to?
I
Lying in the air.
Sofa learns a song, and then I've got 4 roles and 4 titles. You throw things down the mountain. Was the 16. You rolled a 15. You spin me around. You rolled an 18. You get me high, and then you rolled a 19. Get me off this mountain.
None of these sound okay. Sure. All right. I feel like you're recording everything I sing as a song, whereas not everything I sing is released as a song.
How do I know this?
Calcrix is now getting it released as a song for you.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
So all
I'm your manager.
all your side B songs are now coming out.
Fine, you're doing the unofficial album. I'll do the official album.
Okay.
And then she rakes in the fortune because
Do I-
hers is rarer.
Do I get the profits?
No,
Why not?
because you got.
I'm
jazz wings.
distributing. I need to buy coffee and pay my gnome.
We'll talk about it later.
This is
maybe.
Calcrix's side hustle.
Okay,
to
so
get coffee.
last session we had the characters return get taken to the biggest mountain of Rockholm, which officially
Rockholm.
has the gnomish Sky City in the top. The dwarves, as far as they're concerned, don't have a civilization above them because the gnomes don't actually exist in their kingdom, officially, unofficially, or in any way as far as they're concerned. The gnomes, on the other hand, have been there for almost as long as the dwarves.
So is this why their city is officially unofficial?
Yeah. And it's why it doesn't have a name besides the gnome Air City.
Right.
Because if they actually had a name, then the dwarves would find some way of knocking it down.
Not right now.
And besides the fact that they... Oh, I'll try a piece. And besides the fact that they actually built it on their holy mountain, the dwarven holy mountain, it's easy. Besides the fact.
My god, that really does taste like beef with gravy.
I'll try some later once my dinner's cooled down.
Sorry, I handed
That
you
is
lollies
really
while you were eating dinner.
No, we're again saving them for later. We have hours to spare, so.
So, you basically came to this mountain that is impossible to walk to. You can only get there by flying.
It's called Rockholm.
It's
No.
the nation's called Rockholm.
Oh.
And it's technically on Dengar's peak, but they don't actually refer to the dwarven name for the mountain. They just say the Air City.
Air City.
Because the gnomish word for it is probably about 20 to 30 phrases long.
Okay. The Air City, it is.
Because their name includes the coordinates on how to get to it. How high out is latitude, longitude.
So practical, but very long.
Yeah.
This sounds like gnome. General gnome culture.
So you were given options of where to go, and you at the end of the last session, where there was a trial for your drift who had.
I've got him down as 100 years of not drinking. Did I get that wrong?
It was listed as 100, but we'll see how it actually comes out.
Okay,
as.
yeah.
Because, again, I think the only person who can read Gnomish before our week of travel was Cheval and your
Grindelwald.
Grindelwaffle. But
Yeah.
as Martin said, he would probably not say much until after the fact.
Mm.
Neither of them would actually explain a great deal. Because both of them are very much believers in justice.
Yes,
And,
that describes Cheval very well.
and as they'd found out that Yodrev had stolen a whole lot of stuff and basically dumped it in the side of a mountain, and basically.
So
kept
what was
everything.
it that was actually destroyed? Do you know?
It was medical supplies and food stuff.
Why did he think it was tainted?
He actually didn't think it was tainted. He was basically saying it was tainted to try to make it an altruistic thing he did instead of the crime he'd done.
Okay, alright.
He was basically trying to avoid the blame for the crime.
So at this stage, I've got landed at Glantry to report to M's uncle and Richard. Is that where we are now?
That was where you wanted to go to.
Oh,
That
okay.
was why it's confirming you wanted to go there. And
Right.
you believe that part of his sentence was increased due to the fact that he had claimed the items were tainted.
Oh, okay. So
Because they had checked it.
should I change?
Oh no, that was basically part of the sentencing that they'd done.
Okay, alright. So leave it as 100 years and
Yep.
150 hours?
Yep.
Okay.
No, 150 days, not 150 hours.
Oh, okay, days. I'll fix that.
Because each day is 24 hours.
Okay.
I think because we don't understand the implications as characters either, because we don't understand their culture fully either.
No one really wants to understand it when you do, because it's like, brain break, brain break.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
as I said, I think we will pseudo spend the week learning Gnomish, because I think I finished.
Well, we
teaching-
did. So Yodri learnt Gnomish and Legalese. Zal taught me Celestial, and Zal learnt Gnomish.
Hopefully now my voice is picked up better, because I just put on my actual mic.
That's 3,600 hours. 150 days.
Long time.
It is.
Ooh.
And so you, on your flight back, you do find out that the hours are considered time spent powering their machines,
Wow.
and that it's normally considered an honor to power their machines, but criminals are required to do so to basically make the community better. But they have to accept the criminal into the society to allow them to do so, because generally wherever the things are powered from is their most vital part of the city or machinery.
So how are the ships powered? Are they powered by similar things, or the constructs?
Which is why you don't see some of the crew members every now and then.
Right.
Because the crew members voluntarily take time Mm-hmm.
And that's their honor. Yeah. That makes sense.
And most of their ships aren't designed to take anything larger than them. Which means if they start dropping crew members, then it makes it a bit hard for their stuff to work. They can power it by other means, but it's not as reliable and generally bulkier.
Mm-hmm.
Soul magic is the best magic as far as they're concerned.
Fair enough.
And very few people will commit crimes with them twice.
No, I wouldn't.
And the last thing that was learnt is that if anyone dies while under the curse, their soul cannot be raised until their soul can't be raised. Their soul gets given to the gnomes to pay off the debt.
So if this is an honor, why is it considered a curse?
It's a curse to be required to do so.
Okay, but
But
an
it's an
honor
honour
to
do so
volunteer.
without the curse. Yes.
Okay.
So you'll have the gnomes who do it by obligation, and the gnomes who do it because they want to help their community.
So basically, like, you're either a good Samaritan helping your clan, or you're a criminal that has to do it because, well, you're a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But criminal means they have to show you the vital parts of their society.
Hence why it's difficult to do if they don't like you.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of saying, here are the keys to the nuclear reactor. Here's the buttons you shouldn't push because that might destroy the city. And oh, by the way, we're now going to go take a break and leave you with the buttons.
What's another Therion?
Yeah. It's like I'm sitting on the couch, like all princely, like meowing at you from over there.
What is it, Mr. Complaining?
Oh!
That was loud.
Well, he's come closer.
He can be.
Oh, now you're going all stretchy. You want pats, do you? Yeah, is that right? You want to come here?
He wants attention, and no, you have to come to him.
So he can hear us talking and he wants to join in.
And he will run away and make it hard for you, and then you'll
He's
blame
like,
like,
"Oh,
you
no,
for not trying hard enough.
Alright, if I try real hard, you're gonna run away?
Yep. And he's gonna immediately run to where he knows you can't get to.
Oh, you want me to do this?
But you could tell with his tail up that it was like, yes, I'm happy you're chasing me.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so
How do you
yes.
spell resurrected?
R-E...
Is it double S?
Yeah, double S, yeah.
And it's U-R-E-C-T?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'll put a double S in. Okay, alright. So do we know that for every week he doesn't do it, that he loses a year off his life?
Not yet. But
Okay, alright,
that will
so I
happen
won't
after-
write that down.
That'll happen after the first week.
Okay. Whew. Alright. So at the moment, we're still at the Gnomish City about to leave
And
back.
you're given the option of where to go, and you as a group now have to choose which way do you want to go.
I think we wanted to go to Gayatri to report to M's uncle and Regerin and get further instructions on
Technically, you could report to Regerin anyway.
yeah, through the staff.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason we wanted to check in with M's uncle. M had a reason.
Hasn't seen him for a little while, and he disappeared.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just I slept weirdly last night and now my muscles really hurting.
You want a heat pack? That will help.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you want me to get you one?
No, I can get it. I just.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just complaining.
I don't mind. All good.
Heat pack makes a difference, and we also have heat pads as well.
Yeah, we've got plug-in
So,
heat pads if you want something.
If that will make a difference.
I've never used a plug-in heat before.
They're really
You
good
plug
at
it in, you
hiring.
turn it on, it gets hot. It's like an electric blanket, but it's small.
Oh, right, okay.
It's the one that's sitting on my side of the couch.
And they take 3 hours to turn off instead of 10 minutes to cool down.
So if this actually helps you, we might get it up the heat pad.
Yeah. Alright, so we needed to talk to your uncle?
I think the only one, yes, I haven't seen him for a while, and he wasn't at the house.
Yep.
Last time, so I don't know where he's gone.
Do we know where he is?
And the only other reason, which is I think was part of the discussion we're gonna have, was do we hand the seed if they're not related to Redrin's staff?
Do we
Do
hand,
we hand the
seeds?
seeds back to Galatry City?
So should we talk to Redrian first?
Probably.
Okay. And then decide where we're going? Okay. Alright. So you're the last person to have the staff, is that correct? Because Chevelle
should have the staff.
generally hands it to you when she goes missing.
Well, generally it's supposed to be on my person anyway.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to take it. Well, Chevelle didn't want to take it, so I got lumped with it. I think the only reason why I had it last time was because
You were away.
I was away and it was on the floaty ship
Floaty ship.
because it couldn't go through the portal.
Portal. Yep, that's it.
But otherwise it's usually on me.
Okay, alright. So, I guess we contact Redrian?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No
it
reason.
work?
So, you actually managed to get through to Redrian. He goes, "Oh, hi, Zal. How are you doing? I hear you've been gallivanting about."
Yeah, slightly.
The gnomes were saying that they're impressed with the jazz wings.
Yes, little Cow Creeks.
She does that for everyone.
Does that a lot.
and apparently they got a lighter sentence for Yodri because of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her dance was very compelling, apparently.
Well, hey, I'm surprised when the report came through of what he'd done that they didn't just say, yeah, that's it, he's guilty, no need for a trial. But they did start the trial a year before he arrived.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've been out and about for a long time.
Yeah.
Like a year and a half game time.
Well, the trial doesn't require the defendant to be there.
Doesn't it?
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
If the defendant arrives after the trial, they're dealt with the repercussions of not being there.
Well, fortunately, he came when he did. 'Cause
The
They were
trial,
putting it
trial
off.
had already been finished. They were basically doing sentencing,
sentencing. Oh, okay.
which is why they were asking, how did he plead?
Ah, and that's why if he pled the wrong way, he
Mhm.
would have ended up in trouble.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
They'd already proved his guilt beyond a doubt.
Okay.
And he also says they'd used divination magic to provide the sequence of events
Yep.
that indicated he was guilty for what he'd done.
Okay.
I don't think any of us really doubted that he'd done something bad. And I presume
Redrian?
not Redrian, you little coffee gnome.
Grindelwaffle?
Grindelwaffle told us a little bit about the sentencing
Yeah.
stuff and what they'd proven and blah blah blah. So
And basically that they didn't trust anything he said. Because he lied for most of his stuff.
Have we told Redrian yet about the Tabaxi's technologies? So we should tell him about the Tabaxis and the Isle of
technically, we
Drake.
kind of have Kendra here. It does. Do I only hear him or?
At this stage, only you hear him.
Oh, okay.
Unless, of course, you wanted everyone to hear him. And I believe, I don't believe Kendra went on the airship with you.
No,
I think
she's with Chevelle.
Who also didn't
So
kill.
now would be a good time to explain about that without worrying about her presence.
Yeah, I'll just explain. Like we met apparently proper cat people, because the cat people we may not have met in the past aren't proper. And that they have space magic. That's apparently different to yours. But just thought I'd let you know.
I'm sure there are many different forms of space magic, just like there are many different forms of normal magic.
Yep, just it was an interesting tidbit because
Anything more you can find out about it would always be appreciated.
Okay.
Yep.
Just try not to offend them because space magic, dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
no,
to
we
know.
kind of figured. And the other notable bit of news is we have 2 glowing stones of unknown origin that were being used at a winery in the northern part of Strahd.
And what about the one we got from the elf tree?
It's
That's
part
one
of
of
the set
them.
of 3.
Oh, okay, that's one of them.
Yeah. So we have 2 of them, and one of them is powering a
Walking hut.
walking castle.
Yeah, the last one is the Baba Yaga.
The Baba Yaga, scary witch person who who's been in at least Ethengarian history a long time, probably longer. And we think the third one of these little seed things is in that pyramid.
Well, he recommends you do some research into those seeds because they might have other uses besides what they've been put to.
How would we go about that?
Presumably in Glantricity. So they're not part of your missing ship or that you know of?
Unless you can come up with some research to see. Otherwise, glowy stones don't really tell me as much.
Can
You could
we
always
show
bring them.
him?
You could always bring them to Darrakan City, but again, you might end up having to go back to wherever you normally get your research from and look there.
Right.
Other places that have interesting glowy stones would probably be the elves. They have been looking into stuff relating to that, especially if it's nature magic. And apparently the halflings may have stolen some magic stones from some underground orcs a while ago as well, as reported by one of the other investigative teams.
Right. And because we only know of 3 of them.
They may be the same stones.
They may be the same size.
Because just because someone has had them recently doesn't mean they're the owners.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone using a stolen item is still using a stolen item.
So would we be best going to an elvish city to do research, or where do we normally do research?
Into Bantry, but yeah, the elves. But like we were in an elven city in the forest.
Yeah, and we ended up with their glowy stone.
Well, we presume it's their glowy stone. We haven't been able to get back there yet to see what the hell happened, and none of us have memory of it
Right.
either.
Because of the cat.
And then you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we go blah 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 if we mention the thing.
Yeah, and we've told Regerin about that already.
Yeah.
Okay.
He suggests that one of the gods may be involved in not letting you find out what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
So
is one of the things we need to investigate.
does he have a preferred course of action for us at this stage?
If you're looking into the gems, be careful who you show them to.
Yeah.
Because people with more power than you will want it. People with less power than you might just want it for the power.
So keep them safe and hidden until we know more about what we're dealing with.
And just because someone's had it in the past doesn't mean that it belongs to them.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one of the hot stones hidden underneath my chest scales.
I think, or what?
And I don't know where the other stone is.
I thought you had both of them in the
I might
bag.
have both of them now.
They didn't go into the bag of holding.
Oh,
No, they're on me.
Oh, okay, then probably both are on you.
Yeah.
Because who would want to mess with a dragon? Yes. Yeah, I agree. Who would want to mess with a dragon? Even a baby one.
Especially if she's married to the GM. Yeah. Oh.
Maybe you need the heat pad as well.
Oh, the weight of the heat pad would be painful.
Okay, so yes, he recommends you try to get more information before dealing with the trying to return the gems to someone.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to return them to people who will abuse it at the minimum.
So if we go to the Elf City, we don't want to tell them we have a stone, but we want to find out about them. And if we go to Glantry, then we have to find a good place to get information on glowy stones in Glantry.
School magic.
School of Magic?
School of Magic has knowledge on lots of things.
Okay, well
Now
maybe
that I'm an elf again, I can get in.
maybe School of Magic then?
We could start at the school of magic because then we could always head north
Yeah.
again, like we did for the stones initially, which I mean took a bit of trouble, but we should have our mounts back.
Yeah. So
At
School
least
of
some
Magic
of them
maybe.
are left in electricity.
We might come across Cheval, Camdry, and
Really doubt Cheval's gonna step foot into Glantry City anytime soon. But
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
maybe
Glow-
right now
glow-
is a good session to go to Glantry
Glowy,
for.
glowy paladin, look at me.
Well, then perhaps this is a good session to go to Glantry then, because you know that
You can
That
stay
would-
at home.
That would simplify things.
Yeah. He's gonna get be stuck in a fog for a little longer.
Just
Actually, he was above the fog line when we left him.
He was. You left him above the fog line, and that's also when you found out that the fog really is made out of blood.
yeah, the blood
Mm.
fog.
Love me some blood
Yeah,
fog.
I'm not rushing back to that.
You sure?
You just need to stay within a 30-foot radius of Sol and you're fine. That and also really, well, if we have the opportunity to get back into the house, find that link that Chauvel opened and see if we can replicate it.
The
And
portal.
see, yeah, and get Cresty McCresty over here to...
Cresty McCresty?
the
They're
person-
calling my rune crafting Christian.
Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't remember the word for ruins.
Ah, right.
It's
Rooney,
like calling a geologist rock smasher. It's like, thanks.
Rooney McRooney over there.
Meant with the nicest of implications.
God.
What? It's Rooney McRooney. the best way to say it.
It's better than Boaty McBoat Boat.
Close enough.
Kind of what I was alluding to, but yeah. Boat face, train face, splashy.
Right, so
Yeah,
So that
probably.
means I should be Elfin McDwarf thing.
Yeah, you
By,
kind
yeah,
by
you,
definition, Elfin McDwarf thing.
you
because
kind of are. That's good. I'm writing that down.
it's become your official title. You did it to yourself.
I'm just wishing, that's all.
Alright, so we're
Okay,
heading to
cool.
Glantrim's School of Magic then?
Okay.
Sounds good.
So 1 week passes while you're travelling with the gnomes.
And I learn Gnomish. I spend my downtime doing that, essentially. Or did I do that in the city?
We can't
You
spend
want to do a bit of both.
downtime while travelling.
Sorry, what?
Travelling.
You can
isn't-
do some language stuff,
Okay, alright.
but some other things might require more than just, especially if it's relating to magic. You can't really use a lot of magic while in a flying machine that could technically be considered fragile to dragons, throwing magic around.
Because I think I started learning it in the city, the Gnomish city, because that's the most logical place to start learning the language. And I
Even
wasn't sure if I finished it.
It says here that you learnt Gnome. You taught me Celestial, and that Yodri learnt Gnomish and Legalese.
Then probably
You
yes.
guys started it on the boat, and then when you got off, you had 8 days there and you finished it.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
because we spent 20 days in the city overall.
Oh, okay, clear.
Spend 20 days in city. And then I've listed all the languages people learnt. Sofa learns a song, and then there's like 4 songs listed. And then that was the end of session.
Did you write down the other important bit?
What's the other important bit?
I have a gnome groupie group.
You have a gnome groupie group. No.
They're my band.
Mm-hmm.
Sofa.
They were you were backing for all the performances you did in
Yeah.
the Gnomish city.
I got them from an actual 20, I think.
Gnome. Groupie group. Okay.
Not surprising.
So I'm assuming they're now calling themselves the groupie group.
Sure, let's go with that.
This gets. Yep.
Sofa and the groupie group.
Alright.
That's great.
So, Zal
And
reports
because they're all gnomes, they could probably all fit on Cushion, and so Cushion carries the groupie group, and you've got your band following you everywhere.
I know there's the, what is it, three halflings in a trench coat, or 3 gnomes in a trench coat, but this is like, what, 6 gnomes on a polar bear?
Yeah.
Sounds like its own attack.
And
6 gnomes on a polar bear.
And they've had time to prepare a proper harness so they can set up all their equipment while on your polar bear.
Oh, that's great.
You have a walking one polar bear band.
It's like a war polar bear, except with like speakers on the side and stuff.
Yeah.
Gnomes.
Very much so.
I am concerned.
This is so great. It's
As a character, I'm sure this is fine. As a player, I am concerned.
well, they're strapped in, so like when your polar bear goes to attack things, they don't go flying.
So Redrian advises
But
that
they
we...
like the fact that he's not that enthusiastic about moving, so... Except for when he rolls over, it's a bit
He'll
of a
lose
problem.
weight because he's carrying extra, you know...
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but it is the wolf to do that.
So Redrian advises us to research the seeds discreetly.
Yeah.
And is that it? That's it?
Well, Em was going to go look for her father.
Her uncle.
Her uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find out what's happened to him, which again we could also ask the Great School of Magic because he's our beneficiary, so I might know where he is.
So
Or I mean, we're going back to the house as well, so we can also maybe try and do that.
School of Magic.
It takes you a whole week to return to the tower in Galadriel City.
Yeah.
The gnomes don't really like flying to Moldavia because, well, it's hard to find things there.
But this isn't in...
That's why they're happy to go to the
Oh, to the actual city. Yeah, sorry. Yep.
no strange folk that the magic can't see through.
Yeah, I'm gonna research that one as well. Now that I know what it's called.
Okay, so after a week and since the trial, Yodriv seems to noticeably age one day.
Awesome. That's not good.
Interesting.
To which Grindelwaffe says, "Oh, so it's been a week since the trial."
I asked Grindelwaffe what he means.
Oh, he says, he hasn't done his community service this week, so the curse kicks in and he loses a year from his life.
How many years does a halfling have in its life?
One less now, he says.
Generally,
But
they
doesn't
don't...
that mean that he will die very quickly?
Not if he works for the gnomes.
Well, should we have left him at the gnomish city to do these work?
They didn't want him left.
Oh, so how is he supposed to do his service then?
They don't trust him.
But how can they give him a sentence he can't fulfill?
Well, the sentence is threefold, he says. Firstly, it's community service. Two, inability to drink. And three, basically death curse if someone doesn't actually serve.
But surely he should have the access to serve so that he doesn't die.
He hasn't proven himself trustworthy enough.
He hasn't earned the trust of the community yet.
How does he do that?
Well, not by stealing from them
No, but
or lying to them.
oh. I explained this to Zal. And expressed my concern about it, but I don't know what to do.
Really not much we can do.
It's up to
And
Yodri.
It's up to Yodri to try and gain their trust and then try and start working on his sentence.
Okay.
It's we helped as best as we could in the trial / sentencing.
Well, until you arrived, they were basically going to execute him.
And this way he gets a few extra weeks, I guess, but...
No, he'll have probably about 2 or 3 years at least.
Oh wow!
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
Because halflings live for about 120 to 200 years. And he would probably be in his 30s, so that means that if he was to age, say, 40 years a year, he's got at least 2 years in him. 2 years to get his affairs in order is not a bad thing.
What you meow at?
Meowing at the sky because it's dark.
He did seem to be meowing at the sky. He was looking out the window, looking up, going, meow.
Maybe there was a cat on the fence. Or a possum on
No,
the
no,
fence.
because now he's just looking at me and meowing.
Because you looked at him. So
I-
he's
I-
looking at you.
I think he just feels like talking. He's got no one to talk to, so he's just talking to himself.
These are addictive, I'm sorry.
They are. I can move them if you want. Okay, I'll move towards Ariana.
I would eat more, but I had
Just filled up on food.
Yeah, I had pretty good food also.
I'm pretty full too, but I wanted a couple more.
I apologize.
No, don't
they're really
apologise
nice.
for bringing something yummy.
Okay, so yeah, you do go through all the bad news of what gnome curses are all about.
So can we explain to Yodri what we understand now?
Yeah.
You will find out when Yodri makes it to a session.
Okay.
But basically, we have a better knowledge and understanding of their culture as well as stuff now, and actually being able to read, write, and talk mostly. So.
So if he tries to argue with the gnomish elders, I'm not sure that's going to hold much.
I don't know if we want to argue with the gnomish elders, but at the same time, I don't want Yodri to die.
Did it to himself.
Well, this is not this. We can try and support him in doing good deeds, but other than that, and getting in the good books of with the gnomish community, other than that, it's mostly up to Yodri as to what he can and can't do in that aspect. Because we're not cursed.
No, it's yeah. It's nice that you're trying to want to help him, but he did kill 100 people. Like, that's not something you do lightly.
No.
Even if it is inadvertently in his eyes. But
If you were to say roll a mountain down a hillside and it squishes a village, you're still responsible for the village being squished. Which is an important thing. Waffle says as he's explaining things that you don't roll things down the side of the gnomish city up top, even though they joke about it.
I see.
because of the dwarves below.
Squash enough for the dwarves, and they'll give up their distrust of a city above them and come and knock it down.
Did Grindelwaffle enjoy his trip to the Air City?
He did. And now he's got a bunch of brethren following around Shofar.
Brethren, yes.
Though he had hoped that they would have a little more intellect amongst them, but apparently he's got as much as they have combined.
Unfortunately,
He says so for all of
Calcrix
his
can't
eyes.
answer for the quality of Sofa's groupies.
Oh,
I guess Sofa can.
they're quite good with their hands. They're just not so good with their minds.
Oh, right.
I'll go there in just a sec. I'll just clear this.
I'll get it.
No, I can do it.
No, I got it.
No, stay.
I'm up already.
Stay.
I'm walking.
Stay.
I'm moving.
Stay, you've got
I'm
the hot
moving.
pack.
I do. Multitasking.
If she says that too much, you might go, woof, woof.
Yeah, I know.
Or have Tyrion meow at you loudly.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Tyrion. Yeah, hi, buddy. You're looking very pretty over there.
Alright. You getting the electric heat pack?
Yeah, I was gonna go there anyway.
Yep.
It may have been caught in the mechanism because I can see the cable the other side.
Oh.
Just
be careful.
Just pull it from up out of the seat. It's being pushed into the seat somewhere.
Yeah, there you go. I think the food stuff's also on the end of the cable.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Just in your bag.
These things happen.
It is.
It tries to eat power supplies.
It does.
Those chairs love to eat.
The whole reason we have your sheet across it is to stop power supplies falling down in between. Okay, so you land nicely in Galantry City a week later. As you're getting off, you're having a lot of people in kilt dress looking at you suspiciously.
Kilt.
Yeah, they're in kilts and saying, Is there a dragonborn amongst you? Is there a water genasi name title?
Nope. Nobody here. Nope.
Is there the elf by the name of Llewell? We can't quite figure out if he's tall or short.
The elf by the name of what?
Llewell.
Llewell.
We have the great elf chauffeur. We have a dragon, not dragonborn.
Oh, sure. It's heart clapping.
What did
She's
Jazz
back.
wings?
I heard she'd been missing. There are rumors of her death.
It was all a show so she could concentrate on making her new album, which she will release shortly.
Can I take some time out to release side B?
Sure.
I'm sure you could. Considering you'll be the only person who knows it. No one else recorded that information.
I haven't recorded that he did songs, but I don't. While I like Sofa and she's my pseudo cousin, family, brother. I don't know anymore. I'm about as lost with that whole relation as you.
Well,
you are with what gender or race you are this week.
technically, I still have the same blood in my veins, so we're still family.
Yeah, but you've changed
So
from
every
being my
time you
brother.
speak to Cushion about that, he says, no, completely different. The dwarf wasn't you.
Okay, thanks, Christian.
You should have a long conversation with Cushion so that in future Cushion understands that Mdrak is in fact yourself.
Christian won't believe it. Christian's only known me as Sofa.
And he smelled different because it was the stinky dwarf.
And someone told him that the dwarf was responsible for Princess going away.
Yep.
So he really hates the dwarf.
technically you were responsible for you going away.
You're not helping Sofa's case.
Mm.
So, technically you were the one responsible for turning him back, but you were also responsible for bridging the gap between
What
Sofa
do you mean?
and Cushion. Well, for Mdrak, not for Sofa.
What did I do?
You turned
I know I
Mdrak
turned Mdrak back
Sofa.
into
Yeah, but you
Sofa.
also said that the dwarf was responsible for Sofa's disappearance.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was the one who said that.
Yep.
Yeah. Because you're baby dragon, everything's exciting.
You were just being helpful.
Was I?
Yep.
Yeah.
I found it amazing.
Sorry.
Why apologise? It was funny.
No,
Okay, so
doesn't seem like it was a good idea.
so you're talking to the guardsmen here.
Mm.
Apparently, they're from one of the other princes from Crown Guard.
Okay.
So these are the ones dressed like Scots.
Oh, okay.
And they're asking, did you see another airship go past while you were coming? You know where they went? Rumours
No.
they went to Alphatia.
I guess I asked the gnomish crew if they saw another airship or had contact. I presume they have means of communications between flying ships.
And they said, yeah, it went by before we left here.
Okay.
Or before we left the first time.
Before you left from Baldavia.
Oh, okay.
They were travelling around the same time.
Oh, okay. I guess I relay that, but I don't know where they were heading. They left a month ago? I guess, because we've been gone probably a month by now.
Gone about 28 days. At least.
At least. Probably a bit longer with the weeks travel
Yeah,
back.
3
so-
weeks travelling and yeah.
Mm.
Probably
Yes.
gone about 2 months.
The gnomish crew said they had contact with another ship around the time we left 2 months ago, but they didn't know where they were going.
They looked disappointed because apparently they really wanted to kill someone today.
Oh, well.
Is that why
Please
you
not
came
me.
to greet us?
Well, if you were the right people, we were permitted to kill you.
Oh,
Right.
well.
Great.
well, thankfully
sorry
we
we're not. You're thankful. I'm sorry. Like, thank you for not killing us. I'm like, I'm sorry. We're not the people you wanted to kill today.
Can you commit a crime?
No.
Could I pay you to commit a crime?
No.
Can I say you committed a crime?
No. Please don't.
He sighs and goes, no more fun for me today. I don't know. He just walks off for half.
Is there a crime district in Wintry?
Is there
A place where a lot of crime happens.
Well, there are lots of places where crime happens.
Can
But
I direct him to one of those places and tell him he might have luck there?
Yes, the noble's basement.
Does Soper actually say that?
Not in front of him.
Okay. Just checking.
No, I think you're thinking next Friday. Basements.
No. I'm pretty sure that I remember from the first time we came to Galantry, or maybe the second, or whatever it was, that there were rumours of the nobles doing what they wanted to slaves in their basements because they could.
That sounds bad.
Well, nobles can do whatever they want to non-nobles because they can get away with it.
Because they have the magic power to do it.
Oh no, it's not the magic
The rank.
power, the right.
Well, the right. Magic power is kind of included in that, given the society. But yeah.
It's the unfortunate thing of nobility versus non-nobility. Okay, so as you're going down the stairwell down the tower wall where they connected, as you go down, you see that there are big scrolls up on the side of buildings here and there with a big proclamation from Alphatia.
What's the proclamation?
Basically, that Galantry should cease and desist all teaching of magic.
Oh.
And why is there propaganda posted up in the flight tower deck thingy?
Apparently, you can sort of see bits of it floating around Galantry below.
Oh, they managed to get those across already.
This is in that time frame.
What's this?
So, looking at it closely, it seems that sometime in the last few days, these scrolls just appeared on people's walls all over the city.
Wow. That's quite some magic.
But yeah, they're saying stop the magic.
But they've used magic to stop the magic?
And and it says that the actual wording. I actually have the wording. So it helps when you actually use the actual wording.
How can you take someone seriously if they use magic to stop magic?
I guess this is how wars are started because they're hypocrites.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay,
that's not
so-
a problem.
The Alphatian Council of Wizards has issued
They
this
have a
proclamation.
council of wizards, but
Has-
they don't like magic.
No, they've issued this proclamation and it's been countersigned by their empress. In it, they accuse the Galantry and Great School of Magic of harbouring the followers of entropic immortals and using forbidden, evil varieties of magic.
Oh.
And so they have issued a cease and desist on all magic teaching or training from that school and any of its students.
So us, basically.
And well, we won't know until we get there. They
And-
probably haven't stolen.
And just about every poster you're walking past has something rude written in response of it.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
In various languages.
How many of them do I understand?
How many languages do you know?
4 or 5.
Then you at least know 4 or 5 of them.
Do I understand what the rude stuff is?
No, it just seems strange.
I asked Sal.
8? God, I've been busy. Yeah, I know 8 languages now.
What
That's
does that mean?
The one of them doesn't really count because I don't think that's a spoken or written language anymore. The
Which one's that one?
Oltec? O-L...
Oltec.
Yeah.
It's not that you know of, but it could play. But it's a root of a lot of other languages.
Yeah, because it's one that I got
It's like
through
knowing
my
Latin.
secret crafts. I know that much. So technically 7 actual written and spoken languages.
But Oltec is the equivalent of you know how you have secret societies in our world who use Latin.
Yeah.
But think of it closer to Latin. So it is still spoken, but not in the street.
But it does help you understand a lot of English.
Yeah.
So you could understand a lot of
So,
languages.
Ethengarian is a derivative of Oltec.
Right. Because I know Ethengar, Phaeation, Dwarven, Celestial, Draconic, which I think you taught me.
Yep.
Elvish, which Sofa taught me, and then Gnomish from the Gnomes. And they're all like from Secretcraft.
And everywhere you go are people talking about what does this mean, and then you also hear that here's the response that the headmaster of the Great School of Magic actually gave the Alphatians,
Okay.
and apparently the message is currently on its way. And it says by Prince Etienne d'Amberville, who is speaking for all the princes, replies that there are no followers of entropic immortals or any immortals in Galantery, since the nations ban clerics of all philosophies. Also, D'Amberville points out, Galantery does not forbid the study of any variety of magic, therefore there's no such thing in his country as forbidden magic. Even if there was, what Galanterian wizards study is their own business. Certainly, the wizards of Alphatia have no right to dictate to them what they can and can't do. Lastly, the Galanterians say, will the Alphatians please explain what they're talking about? And apparently that was sent to the Empress herself.
Okay. This could be war.
It could be. Does it have anything to do with what we've been doing? Do we think? Or suppose I have to make a law roll of some description for that.
Well, vampirism is related to the entropics,
Right.
as is considered the curse of lycanthropy.
So we know it exists, but I mean they've been trying to quell the lycanthropes anyway. So
Though you also know that a branch of the Galantrians themselves are direct descendants of the Alphatians. The two of the principalities are actually based on Alphatia.
is Moldavia one of them? No.
That one's based on the Traldaran people, which Karamikos has taken over.
Okay.
And there were quite a few. I just wouldn't try to know if I can remember all the different principalities. Okay. So I might actually grab the book and go through what all the different principalities are, considering you had a chance to know
You're
them.
wearing your thongs by the time he finishes. Cat was rolling all over him's thongs.
It was so cute. I
Is
just
that,
pointed
is that
out.
going to stay?
I'll say that. I mean, it's been quite successful.
Okay.
Okay.
I couldn't resist showing you because it was pretty adorable.
Yeah, he was.
It is. He is very adorable. Trisha's like, mine, oh mine, 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 mine.
Pretty much. And I'm almost gardening today, so it probably has all nice fresh garden smells and dog smells and
All the good smells.
all the good smells. Pretty sure, yeah, Yuki, another dog,
So,
lots of dogs, dog park.
going through all the different houses of Galantry.
Yep.
The first major house is the House of Crown Guard. They're the people who just wanted to execute you when you arrived.
Okay, why?
Because they were the ones who tried to execute the people who snuck out.
Which people?
Tuesday night's group.
The Celtic people who we just dealt with.
Okay, the Celtic people we just dealt with?
So Llewell, Tidal, and
okay.
all that.
And who's?
That they snuck out because they were basically in danger from Crown Guard.
So this is Tuesday night's group. Okay, so this is why I know nothing about this.
Which is why you know nothing about that.
Okay.
And why I went, oh, it's that thing. Yeah.
So there is overlap, but I generally don't have you interacting directly because
That's difficult.
it's also, if it doesn't happen at the same time, problematic.
Yeah.
So the House of Crown Guard is basically known for, what's the best way to say it? So the alignment they give me is chauvinistic Scots of chaos. So when I'm saying people in kilts, they come from some strange area called Scotland, and that is another plane. they are planner people.
So they're chauvinistic.
Yep. From a place called Scotland.
Scots of what?
Chaos.
Of chaos.
Sounds about right for the Scots.
And so they were the people who greeted us and asked about Lowell.
Mm-hmm.
About people we have no idea about. We're just like,
And because the other people were playing their role properly, they were undercover. So you guys never met them and didn't interact with them.
Yeah.
They were on a diplomatic mission for Redring.
Ah. Right. But we would know that. And we know there's other teams of investigating stuff, right? But we've never met.
You'd have met them occasionally, but not with the I know you by sight sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Lowell.
Llewell, Tidal, and Tidal. Yep.
Yeah.
The person who this novel everyone seems to think is so amazing.
Alright.
And is it on?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be heating very much.
What number is it on?
3, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it does heat up, but the thing is, it's got to be flat to heat up properly.
Oh, okay.
So
The neck is notorious for that. I usually try and just like bunch it up and then put like a heavy weight. So if you put the heat pack that you had on before to sort of weigh it down, it works a lot better.
I'm trying to fit it again.
Yeah, I kind of when I've got it on my pillow, I put it on like the crease of the pillow and then just kind of like shove my shoulders.
And I normally use it for my upper and lower back, so that's how it works for me very well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next house they talked to you about again,
Sorry, it was Lowell, Tidal, and
there was a unmentioned native, as well as a dragonborn, a problematic dragonborn.
so they greeted us and asked them about that, but we didn't know anything about it.
Yep.
And they work for Redrin.
Those people work for Redrin, but the people who greeted you work for Crown Guard.
Is that high enough up on the map?
Yeah, thank you.
And you should start to feel that in maybe about like 5-10 minutes.
And it heats up nice and quickly when it's set up properly. Okay, so the second house they talked to you about is the one you're more familiar with, House of Igorov, which is basically their alignment that they put forward is expansionist chaotic vampires.
Cool.
Say that again?
House of Igorov.
Yep.
And the alignment they mention is the expansionist chaotic vampires.
Expansionist.
Chaotic vampires. Though of course they're not vampires because how could vampires actually exist as nobles?
Right.
Expansionist.
Chaotic vampires.
Think what we do in the shadows, but not.
How do you spell?
Expansionist?
No, the house.
Igorov, Igorov.
I was close.
Mm-hmm.
So was I.
So, and so the Crown Guard prince is Prince Brennart MacGregor. Nice, Scottish name. Whereas the Igorov prince is Prince Morphael Gorovich Wazlani. Very nice European name.
Yeah, I have no idea how to spell that without help.
So Morphael is Morphail.
It was close. I put an F instead of a PH.
If you can think of extra letters to throw in case of stuff, that's probably these people.
Yeah, fair enough.
And their surname is Gore, which is quite amusing. That starts off with Gore, and then it's Vitch dash Woszlany. Gorvich Wazlany.
Yeah. Gorvich Wazlany. Nice. Sounds kind of Polish and a little bit
And then one of M's most hated principalities comes next, the House of Linden.
Why does Emmy hate them?
Because they are known as the vengeful followers of the flame.
Mm-hmm.
They are the original Fire Genasi family.
And I'm guessing this prejudice is because I'm Ethengarian.
Ethengarian and the Fire Genasi have been at war for as long as both have existed next to each other.
Yeah.
And it's been
I
brutal.
guess I meant more the hate of that particular house is because of my background.
Well, it's basically the typical fire wizard versus the people who hate wizards. So, and they specialize in fire magic.
Yeah.
Which for the planes is quite devastating.
Yeah. And the prince.
And the prince of that one is Prince Vanseri Vladoen. So Vanserie, and last one is Vlaaardoen. So Vanseri Vladoen.
Vladoen. Sounds very.
And it's the the 11th of that line.
The 11th.
Yeah, XI. And then you have the House of Ritterberg. And amusingly, the most respected house from the Ethengarian side of the fence. If the Ethengarians ever see the flag of Ritterberg on the field of battle, most of them just decide, no.
Is that out of respect, or just because they generally just?
It's basically the that they like the people so much by how brilliant they are tacticians.
Right.
But they are they also known as the warmongering military technocrats. So not only do they have the best military magic, they also are the prince himself, Prince Jagar von Drachenfels, has the strongest military mind in the nation.
So what was his name again?
Prince Jagar von Drachenfels. He also looks very German. So think German precise before World War One style.
Sorry, what was his surname again?
Drachenfels.
Drachenfels.
Von Drachenfels.
So VON to start with, and then DRACHENFELS. And then you have House of Silverton. And these guys are known as the sneaky Alphatian Imperialists. And their prince is Volospin Aendir. So VOLOSPIN, as I pronounced it, and then AENDYR. Otherwise known as the Air Wizards of Grantry.
And you think? Do they think the warning from the people came from them, or
No,
no?
no one's sure.
I mean, they're one of the descendant lines, aren't they? From
Ritterberg is the other descended line.
Oh, okay.
So Ritterberg combines Theatin and Alphatian families into one family line, whereas Silverton is just Alphatian.
Right.
Then you have the House of Singabad.
There are a lot more of these.
Yeah, a few more.
I'm
There are, I believe there are 9 at least.
You can write them from the book later if you're getting tired.
So,
It's just
so the House
the
of
electric shocks.
House of Singabad, and the House of Singabad is known as the lawful pacifists of Ethengar.
Lawful pacifists.
Yep, they are the exiled wizards of Ethengar, who Ethengarians have been trying to murder since they left the lands.
Oh, so that was the cool place we passed through where he welcomed us with open arms and did like horse magic and stuff. Because,
And the prince is Jeheric Vare. I can't even pronounce that one. So the first name is Jherek.
P.R.
Jherek.
Jerick?
Jericho, sort of Jerick.
Jerick?
And,
Probably because of the JH.
and the last name is Vir
V-I-R
Ayana.
A-N-A.
Sorry, I missed the
Virana?
spelling.
Virana.
So first name is Jherek.
Yep.
Jerick.
Okay, yep. Sorry.
And surname is Virayana. Virayana.
Yeah, Virana. It's probably an English bastardization of how to say it.
And then you have the House of Siricia.
House of, how do you spell it?
Siricia.
S-U-
C-I...
Oh, C.
Sorry, S-I-R-E-C-C-H-I-A.
Just a second. S-I-R-A
E,
double
so E-double-C.
E-double-C
H-I-A.
H-I-A. Siraisha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is known as the Poisonous Theatin Machiavellians.
Oh my god. Someone had fun making up these names.
Oh,
Poisonous Theatin
Machiavellians. Yep.
Theatin Mac. I can't remember how to spell Machiavellian.
M-A-C-H-I-A-V.
I-A, that's where I was.
E-L-L-I-A-N-S. But these are the American spellings, mind you. So
Yeah.
all I've got in front of me is those.
That's
And their prince is Innocenti di Malpietra. So
okay.
I-double-N.
I-double-N.
O-C-E.
O-C.
N-T-I.
N-T-I.
D-D-I.
Yep.
Then Malapetria. M-A-L.
Yep.
A-P.
Yep.
I-E-T-R-A.
Some of these names.
Malapietra.
And these, and to be honest, these are some of the nicer names I've had to deal with. You'll come across some of them in the Trap campaign, where if you travel to the Corvosa city, I will curse every name I have to pronounce. Okay, so
Let's go there.
No.
No.
so the last of the human houses before we get to the elven houses
Oh my god.
is the House of Silair.
I'm presuming that's S-Y-L-A-I-R?
E on the end.
Oh, E.
On the end, yeah. But you got it almost perfect.
Nice.
And they are known as the mutant werewolves of Aubergine.
I thought werewolves didn't exist.
It's like vampires don't exist.
I'm sorry. My brain heard that slightly wrong and I heard mutant werewolves aubergine. Like, yes, we praise the aubergine. Oh no, it's the clan of tomato. Kill them.
I was thinking more along the lines of
They are the Triffids.
mutant ninja werewolves rather than mutant ninja turtles.
Mutant Ninja Werewolves isn't a bad concept.
And their prince is Prince Etienne d'Amberville.
Sounds very French.
It is. They come from an alternate universe where this strange country of France.
D'Amberville?
D'Amberville. So Etienne is E-T-I-E-N-N-E.
Yep.
and then D apostrophe A M.
Oh, that kind of D. Just a sec. Shit. Fig. D'Amberville.
Yep. Capital D apostrophe D apostrophe A M B R E V I double L E.
AMBRE?
R E, yep.
Okay.
B I double L E. Amberville.
God, these names, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna need my sharpener. It's getting that.
This is why I have an erasable pen, not a pencil, because...
I've got my special sharpener.
I got the extra one out. Okay, so now we're up to the first house of elves. There are two elven houses.
How many are we up to now?
That's just humans.
6 or
There's
7.
20 races to go.
Yeah, I know,
Whoa.
right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8.
And then, sorry, there are two clans of elves.
Okay,
So
so
9,
And that's all of them.
10.
House.
So it's 10 houses.
At the start of the campaign.
oh
God.
So the first one is known as the clan of...
Ah.
Oh,
Because they have to change it up.
yep.
Plan of.
The clan of it's supposed to be the clan of this, you know.
Well, it was very close. It's Alhambra.
Clan of Alhambra.
Alhambra. But in another language, it's oh fuck, I'm sure.
No, I said fuck.
No, that's the French one before.
Do you want actual food or are you happy just snacking?
I'll probably need some actual food.
Sorry.
It's okay.
After you finish the houses, I'll.
And the princess of that one is Princess Kalina de Fedoris y Balkidis.
Nice. With cheese, hold the pickles.
Yeah, very much so.
And I managed to get that out without pausing.
Yeah.
I'm very.
But now you get to spell it.
I know. So, Princess Kalina, Carnelia,
E-L-I-A. Yep.
D-E.
D-E-D.
So D-E for the second word.
Yep.
Third word is Fedorius, F-E-D-O-R-I-A-S.
Okay.
Fifth word, Y.
Just a Y.
Just a Y.
That's fourth, right?
Sorry, fourth word, just a Y,
Yeah.
yes. Fifth word, Balkadiz. B-E-L-C-A-D-I-Z.
It's like even your name's wondering what the fuck is up.
Carnila de
Fedorius Belkadiz.
Yep.
Can you hear the fucking Y and the rest of it?
And so these are known as the proud elven swashbucklers, or in other words, tiny elves.
Proud elven swashbucklers.
Well, the best
Do
way...
they know Yodri?
No, not yet.
Okay.
The other way of referring to them is tiny Spanish elves.
Tiny Spanish elves.
Spanish Inquisition.
That's why there's a Y.
No one can escape the Elven Inquisition.
No way.
No one expects a tiny Spanish elves.
And they are basically the high elves of Galantry, even though they're smaller than humans. They average about 3 to 4 feet in height.
Also, they're like halfling size.
Yep, but they're elves, not halflings.
Does their ancestry go funny somewhere, or just...
Everything except for their height is exactly the same as any other elf, and they are considered medium-sized creatures.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, so and the other clan is the Wood Elves of the region, clan of Alarovan, E-L-L-E-R-O-V-Y-N, just to make it easy to pronounce.
Yeah, I was just thinking, spell that one again. E-double-L.
E-L-L-E-R-O-V-Y-N.
And then the Wood Elves.
E-double-L-E-R-O-V-Y-N?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And these are known as the tree-loving elven ecologists.
You're my favourite so far.
And their ruler is Princess Carlatina Berwin.
So the elves are all ruled by princesses, and all the human ones are ruled by men.
Very much so.
Princess Calatina.
If you can call them men, that is. We do have a Scot and a French person in there. I'm not really sure they count. And then you have a Troldaran and a Ethengarian and a
Gender male.
I know.
Not gender female.
And all the elves are gender female because apparently they work better that way.
Sofa will fit right in. Princess.
Amusingly, in a lot of the ones I've done, the elves generally prefer female rulership.
So Princess Calatina.
Carlotina, so Carlotina. Erwin, Erewan. Very simple.
Compared to
Except that I
everyone
spelled it
else.
Calatina instead of Carlotina.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. Now I have to erase that so I can actually understand my scribble.
You did. My scribble's pretty bad.
And that represents the 10 principalities
Okay.
of Galantry.
Cool. Because I think we went through it at some point, but
We
just kind
have.
of like not quite as in depth.
Normally, last time I gave you just the names,
Yes.
and I think I also associated them with the principality names,
Yes.
which I didn't this time.
Right. So,
That's a lot.
Because the principality names are sometimes different.
so
Yes, like the
what is the
Goldavia.
significance of all these houses?
Okay, so each one of those houses is a voting person of Galantry.
Right.
And they each have power behind what happens with the policies and politics, which your characters are learning more and more about.
Okay.
M's uncle is associated with Boldavia
Moldavia.
and the
Which
House of
is-
Igrove.
The House of Igrove, yeah.
But he's not actually a member of the house.
Want a meal?
So Miles was a part of this Baldavian region
Mhm.
of the House of Igrove.
He associates with it, but he doesn't actually belong to it.
Associates,
Mm.
right?
Because anyone who is actually a part of the house is basically dominated by that family's politics.
Yeah, right.
Just gonna quickly put the veggies in the freezer while that's heating. You can continue, by the way.
So, things that you've also managed to learn since you've been here in Galantry about their beliefs is the policy of Galantry versus Darrakan. They believe Darrakan is the most vital partner that Galantry will ever have. Mainly because they control the supply route into and out of Galantry. And so Darrakan receives the best trade agreements that the country will ever put out.
Darkin is essential to trade and is highly valued.
The gnome should probably be the next valued customer, but they provide so little trade because they can't bring the large quantities in
Yeah.
that whether they had good or bad trade deals wouldn't make a huge difference. And if they didn't make a profit, they wouldn't come.
So when they do bring stuff, it's good stuff.
Mostly. Or it's stuff to really mess with people's minds. So it's the equivalent of something that looks like it's just normal stuff and turns out to be religious paraphernalia, has not been, would not be a surprise.
Yeah.
And they, the nation has a very large dislike of Ethengar and Yalarum people and culture because they are, as far as they're concerned, too spiritual.
She's spiritual.
Yeah, the Ethengarians are very much a spirit-based society, where it's about the ancestral spirits, and the Yalaran people share a lot of those beliefs.
Okay.
But they also have an underlying thing of following a codified religion as dictated by their gods. And basically their day-to-day society and actions during the day are guided by that spiritual belief.
Okay.
So think the religions that have you pray at set times during the day.
That have prayers during the day.
Yeah, that's the Yalaram society.
Okay.
Okay, so Alfheim is a political partner of Galantra. Though they don't really want Alfheim to, which is the nation of elves, to take too much of a hold over this nation's politics.
I'm guessing that's why there's only 2 clans that are part of the principality.
The Princess Erwin is a descendant of the Alphatians. Of the Alfheim elves. So she was probably born there.
Right.
And when you
She's
say
probably like a gazillion years old by now.
probably she's young for an elf. Both princesses are young for elves.
So, what are we up to? Are we
And
shopping?
then
sorry.
Rockholm is basically one of the where they dislike the Ethengarian and Yalarams, they absolutely hate the Rockholm dwarves.
Yeah.
Because the Rockholm dwarves
Okay.
brought a plague with them,
Oh,
as far as they're concerned. The dwarves and the plague showed up around the same time, so cause and effect.
So, not just necessarily true, but just bad timing.
And as such, dwarves and halflings have been tarred with the same brush.
And that's why they're slaves in Galantry? Yep.
And that's why they're not allowed to live by themselves for too long, because they keep the belief is that they'll bring more plague back to the nation.
they're not allowed to live?
But I don't want them living in the nation.
Oh. That sounds bad.
The idea is they use them for experimentation until they die. I didn't say they were nice people.
Whew.
That's why I kept telling people who were playing those class races they didn't want to come to this nation.
Okay, so who's playing the races?
Yojiri is a halfling.
Right. And is he the tortured or the torturers?
He'd be the tortured.
Oh.
So it's more lucky in the fact that he has the backing of my uncle and is now part. Wow, what is he? Sorcerer?
In such, it doesn't give them a huge amount of protection. If someone thinks they can get away with it, they wouldn't be prosecuted for killing him.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of accidentally running over someone's letterbox and going, "Oh, just pay a fine." Okay.
Oh, that's a person then.
Yeah, but when the person has no standing in society, it's an unfortunate way it happens. Which is why I recommended against certain things in certain areas.
And why we had to do things like put Mdrak in a collar when we were first here, like 5 years ago or whatever. And why he got turned into an elf in the first place.
Oh, okay. Is that how that came about?
Yeah.
And you also hear that the Wendarian nation to the north has apparently fallen.
Recently?
Yep, recently it's been overrun by undead.
Oh, I'm dead. We need to write that down.
Yeah, because that's the place where our stone came from. Darren.
One of the ones you're carrying around?
Yeah.
Was that the tree one?
Mm-hmm.
With the elves?
The one that was on the top of a tree
Yeah.
that you were going towards.
But I thought there were elves there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
we
the elves
we
fell?
don't know how we took their shiny stone, and that was probably not really protecting them.
It could
Wait.
be they gave it to us to protect it.
When Wednesday's group was dealing with about a year ago, you remember the storyline there, where they had been sent to Wendar to try to recover the green gem that had been stolen from them.
Oh, are we the people who stole it?
Yeah.
What?
And then they failed to retrieve the gem, and the nation fell.
Why did we steal it?
We don't know
Because it was one of the gems you were chasing for the winery.
But we wouldn't do that. That's mean.
You didn't cause the nation to fail in its entirety. That was the thing we did.
So cause and effect is
I'm feeling really bad for things that I haven't done.
we don't remember taking it because cat magic, and to learn that it's fallen since then, and been overrun by dead.
That sounds bad.
It's not good, but like we have no memory of what happened in that space of time, so we can't be sure whether we caused it or not. We might have had some part to play, and we may remember later down the track if we investigate it more.
Well, I always thought we were good, so we wouldn't steal it unless we had like a good reason.
It's stuff we're gonna have to find out and research. It's partly why
God.
we're back in the Electric series.
This world's more of a grey than
It's
a good
grey.
or bad.
And this world has an underlying
Even
story.
in grey, I
happening.
prefer to be towards the good of the grey rather than the bad of the grey.
Yeah, but you can still do good actions and have bad things happen as repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I live in real life. I'm hoping to escape from that a little bit here. Just a little.
At least it's not as bad as the Pathfinder storyline, but yes, bad things still happen to good people.
I'm proof that bad things happen to good people. I would like proof that you can still do other things in another world and have some fun.
And the amusing thing was that was a linking between multiple games and storylines. So that was one of the reasons you didn't actually find out what happened. There was an overlap.
The township of Winder,
The nation of Wendar.
the nation of Winder,
Wendar. Wendar.
yeah, which is where our glowy stone came from.
Mm-hmm. One of your glowy stones.
Our first glowy stone came from. I like that the official title is glowy stone.
They are, because we don't know what they are. This is, again, why we're back in Electric City. Learning all this that's
Has
overlap.
fallen and is now overrun with undead.
Mm-hmm.
And how long ago did it? You said that this is recent. Like, is it like a week old, an hour old?
They've announced that the news came in the last month.
So it could have happened between any time from when
While
that
we're at
news
the Gnomish City.
and on the Isle of Dread, and because that's been like 6 months now, so it's happened anywhere between when we can remember arriving there and being on the airship, or not.
Undead. Okay. Is this bad undead or like vampire Emmy's uncle undead?
Well, most people say all undead are bad.
Okay, but we understand that some undead fight to rid the world of bad undead.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to go greyer terms, undead that kill wantonly versus undead that have some kind of social morals.
The reports were lots of zombie and skeletal hordes.
Right.
So that's why the princes are a bit up in arms at the moment.
Well, they're a bit worried about Boldavia getting too much power.
Right.
Because the Boldavian prince is pretty good at necromancy. So if someone sends a wave of undead at him, they're in for a rude shock.
Yeah, they will soon about face and
Oh, no,
start running the other way.
He'd probably just have them join his armies. It's like, sure, send some more.
I've just realised you can correctly spell hordes two ways, right? H-O-A-R-D-S and H-O-R-D-E-S.
Mm-hmm.
Two different words, aren't they?
One is like horde in possession, and the other is horde as in large size, I
Yeah.
believe.
That is correct.
I know, but my brain's like, I've written that two different ways, and I need to figure out which one's the correct one.
The one with the ES on the
Yeah.
Yes, there's hordes.
And I know this because toss a coin to your picture, oh valley of lands.
Yes, one of the princes is hoarding undead. Opens his back cover and shows another one over the line of 20. It's like, oh!
I'll save you for later.
I think he might have done hordes because he was talking about sending armies there to just go, yes, please do that, yeah. sure.
Just imagine his wife, opens the cupboard door.
Another
For
undead.
God's sake. Supporting undead kids.
He goes, no religious blasphemy here, or you'll join them.
Oh, that reminds me. I probably at some point I would explain to Calgrix that praying to her god may be frowned upon in Galadriel City. And to
Zal
maybe
explains
refrain-
to only quietly pray to God. I'm a baby dragon, so if someone comes into my room while I'm praying to my god and asks me what I'm doing, I'll say, I'm talking to my imaginary friend.
Or you'll bite them, because they came into your room while you were busy.
Yeah. What are you doing in my room? You've interrupted me and my imaginary friend.
I'm just making sure
Even if you
she's
do it quietly, you
careful.
can technically hear you.
How?
This is Galadriel.
Remember when the dude came to our door when we
Even
were...
if I pray in my head?
Then they'd have to target you with telekinetic magic to read your mind. But if you say it, then
I thought it'd be telepathic,
sorry.
telekinetic magic to target your mind seems rather a little harsh. It's like,
Sorry.
let me yank your mind out and send it over there.
I understand that I don't have to talk out loud for my god to hear me, so if Zal just tells me that in Blantrey I need to pray to my god in my head, I can just do that.
I'm not sure...
that's safer than in a smaller voice.
Yeah, though I'm not sure
And to keep
how
the
they...
conversation short, really all I ever do is like, hi, big, great, Drake person, you want to know how my day is going? Today,
5 hours later.
we went to a gnomish trial. They said some of the strangest things that I just don't understand.
And no one could explain to me afterwards.
No one wanted to explain it to me, and I felt a bit lost.
Grindelwald will try and he just used so many big words.
That's it.
And then Zal tried later in slightly smaller words, but still...
Yeah, and that's kind of what my prayers are, because the great Drake explained to me that I just have to talk to him. So that's exactly what I do.
I'm not sure how literal the Galadriel people take praying or talking to their gods, because I know that's why we almost got in trouble last time, is because not only did I call my god twice,
Well, I'm not calling on my god. I'm just offering him. He said that it's disrespectful not to keep in touch. So I'm,
And other things you also hear about is how there was this dragon called Drazzle who was causing mischief throughout the city with his clerical magic.
right.
clerical magic.
Yeah. If they knew he was
Is
a
that
cleric,
technically praying to his god?
he summoned a great dragon
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then basically destroyed half their wards.
kind of like I did, but not in the same kind of way. Like the great dragon summoned me, but I kind of got in touch with
He
him.
summoned it
Yeah, he summoned it, but
into
yeah.
their city.
Right.
They got very
But-
upset.
How much trouble am I in if I pray to my god in my head?
You won't know until you try.
Well,
That's a normal answer.
he made a great impression on me, and he did a wonderful thing. He made my friend Cushion really happy by making it possible for Cushion to have his mistress back. I have great respect for him, so I will pray a little bit less often because daily prayers weren't considered absolutely essential, but I'll still pray in my head on a regular basis.
Just letting you know to lessen time and frequency while we're in Galadriel, because
I can only give you a short update because I'm in Blantrey and they tell me that praying every day is really bad.
And-
So,
And there's
I'm going to talk 4 times as fast!
And there's also a discussion about a hunt to try to recover 5 black dragons that went missing.
Oh.
Because apparently someone set them free.
I'm kind of happy about that. I don't know why. I feel like I should be kind of happy about that.
There's a lot of these people cursing this cleric called Drazzle, who they call the dragon, but he's in humanoid form, and he keeps
But-
really messing things up for them.
You need to pause for a second because I'm like, Zal explains to pray to a hunt to recover 5 black...
Yes, we're recovering 5 black dragons.
Dragons.
We have been freed.
is underway as a result of Drazzle the cleric.
So how did you just not get murdered on the spot, or is that when he called the great dragon in to take him out?
You'll have to ask him when you see him.
Is he in the city?
He
I
wasn't.
like
He was in the city, but
I've got his book. I've read it. He's on.
he left early.
Oh.
He was on the airship that you missed.
Oh. Okay.
But apparently there's also some confusion about which Drazzle is which, because apparently he travels through time.
Oh. So I might meet a Drazzle in the city, but just not the same Drazzle?
It might be the same Drazzle, it's just at what point in time is that Drazzle.
Okay. Because I thought he wrote a sequel and I got it.
He did.
Yeah.
And he
It's
wrote a
not
prequel,
signed.
but he hasn't released that yet, but he's already released it.
Oh.
The
a
point
prequel?
is when he released it is not necessarily now, but it could have been earlier, but it could still be later.
I'll see if I can retain
It's very
a
much
copy
like
of this
Doctor
prequel.
Who in that way timey sort of.
Wibbly wobbly timey-wimey. Yay!
And that's the sort of character he is. He's someone who he's a cleric of.
The NPC of that group?
He's an NPC of that group, and he's a time cleric.
That's hilarious.
He very much personifies the fact that time is not linear. And every now and then he talks in third person in completely different tenses. And when people try to correct it, it's like, are you sure? So,
Okay, so is Drazzle? No, you just said we don't know. Okay, right. So we're heading to the School of Magic.
mhm.
Yeah, we're kind of hearing this throughout, and then probably with a bit of research at
Yeah.
School of Magic.
Alright, so can we all get into the School of Magic?
You get into the School of Magic without any problems.
Okay. Is that because Miss here sings another song?
I just sing a song to get into the school. I'm like a first year student.
I don't know.
No, you're
I
a
thought you were
6
like-
year student.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you were like fourth
You
grade.
managed
I
to get
thought you were
yourself.
like fourth or fifth, yeah.
I'm first rank student or something. 6th year student, and it's like a certain rank or something.
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause
you're the equivalent of a citizen of the nation,
Yes. That's right.
whereas everyone else is still citizen in training.
Yeah.
Because we got the shitty orange robes that basically were like, you're new to the School of Magic, and you got like fancy green ones, which are like, look at me!
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because you had like 4 levels in Bard at the time, so.
And like elven blood and stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
So they let you in because you were the cool elf.
We know the cool elf too! Yeah, but we have to get taught the cool stuff because we didn't have 4 levels of Bard.
And so,
How do you get levels of Bard? I probably can't get them because I'm like Sorcerer Dragon. But
well, you can, but things you got to give up getting more sorcerer and more dragon.
Sorcerer Dragon.
So as you walk into the Great School of Magic, there is this big mural of the Great One burnt into the side of one of their walls.
The Great One what?
The dragon.
The dragon
The
god.
Great One? Oh, I get super excited now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And there's people trying to remove it.
oh, I asked them why they're trying to remove it.
The one's clerical magic. Gotta get rid of the clerical magic.
But what's wrong with clerical magic?
They just stop. They stop pointing and start giving you a lecture about how clerical magic is evil.
Okay. Look at Zal.
Please don't look at me.
I will walk over to you and say, my dear dragonling.
You sort of what you're doing there. You sort of see one of them seems to be managing to smooth over the wall. Then as he turns away, whatever he just smoothed over, it just turns back to the mural.
Nice.
Because it's been done by
I tell characters
God
that
magic.
in the land of Galadriel, clerical magic is okay to study, but not to practice.
So imagine if a powerful cleric casts a spell inside a school of magic
And
and
it's
stays
considered
through.
illegal to use it without reason for research.
So I'll ask you first.
So that the other party didn't actually see the effects of this because they didn't actually come down to the courtyard afterwards.
So is the mural staying up or going down?
They've been trying to remove it for over a month now.
It's like the anti-mural.
That's
mural.
hilarious.
I like this mural. I really do.
Zol probably
So I've
comes
seen
over. Zol probably comes over to study it and makes notes about the magic.
The removal, non-removal. It's not working for you. Would you prefer just a straight?
I will do it now.
Because I can hit one up while I'm moving.
They really need to make a neck one of those that has actually like shape. I've seen them online before, but because I haven't actually bought it and tried it myself, I can't recommend. Like they're but they're like $50 each. But they're really good when you lie on them.
Yeah.
Not so good for neck.
They are much better for if you're lying and you put them on your pillow. So, since we have two, we could rent you one for a couple of nights.
I often sleep with mine like on my pillow. So
It's a
I'm
good
like,
idea if you're having trouble.
Just need to watch my positions. That's all.
You gotta watch
Which is
your
hard
what?
to do while you're sleeping. It's like, oh, stay down there.
And that's pretty much what I did last night because my neck's gone as well, and because I'm trying to keep it moving because it keeps going stiff.
You want a heat pack.
You just twisted your neck, didn't you?
There's a plugged-in electric thing near you.
I cracked it on top of twisting it.
Like, yeah, twist crack.
Here's one I prepared.
Yeah, that's what I prepared.
There you go.
So it's now past the heat pad.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna roll for the heat pack. That's
I haven't
a
rolled tonight.
5.
Oh well, sucks to be you tonight.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll
Pack to
die.
weight it down.
That's alright.
The problem is you'll add, cushioning at the same time with bing, 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 bing.
I'm pretty used to doing this with mine and my neck when I'm
Yes,
asleep.
talking about you.
Pass to the heat pack in case you want
So-
to use that.
So yeah, it does look, you can very much tell that it's not actually in the stone itself, but it looks like it's embedded in the stone. So no matter what they do, then they're not even affecting it whatsoever.
Interesting.
Well, that'll give someone a job that they need, though. Feed their families.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be paid for the job complete,
Yeah, that
Oh.
kind of stuff.
not for the doing. If you don't actually do the job, you don't get paid.
He's doing the job. He's spending hours trying to remove it. It's not his fault that it's magic.
You have a feeling that many students have been applied to this task,
Okay.
but so far none have succeeded.
I presume I don't have the magic to attempt to get rid of it because I know
Can you
more
cast,
of what it is.
can you cast like an illusion on it when the people who don't want it there look at it and see something different, but when the people who don't care or love dragons look at it and say they see the dragon?
You could, but it's not always going to work.
Obviously, I don't have that level of magic, but do we know anyone who does?
Oh god.
Shall I be sending a prayer to my god?
Technically, you could probably remove it if you wanted to. He is the god of all dragons. I wouldn't recommend it, but
There's
Why
also
wouldn't you recommend it?
because they be able to track the magic.
because he's probably the one who put it there in the first place.
Yeah.
I just feel sorry for the students.
I think you would piss your god off more by telling him to remove the mural of himself. Just saying.
Say it again.
You would probably piss your dragon god off more asking him to remove a mural of him.
No, I didn't want to remove the mural of him. I just wanted to cast an illusion over it so that the small minds who can't understand that he is such a great dragon see whatever it is they want to see and stop trying to remove it. And then all the people who appreciate the great dragon for who he is can see him in all his glory.
I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
sound.
I
Try
feel
baby
like
dragon
if
logic,
you,
but
if you asked him to do that, he'd probably do that. But that's like high level tier magic or god tier magic. Because a lot of magic students would come and see this thing and try and get rid of it.
And for a lot of them, it would be inspirational.
Mm.
The actual mural.
The dragon. So removing it would be less inspirational?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I would explain that to the dragon. I'm like, this is really inspirational stuff. Stop them trying to remove it. But they just do it
And that's,
put
and
some
that's
illusion
also
there.
part of the inspiration is it's beyond their ability to remove.
I think the point of
Oh,
them
right.
spending a month trying to get rid of it is the point.
And part of what the school teaches is the magic that they teach can overcome any other sort of magic in the world. And here is a little bit of magic from outside the world that they can't touch.
So, ha sucks to be you guys.
Which is very much a slap in their face.
In that case, Hagrid starts laughing.
Especially considering the dragon gods basically placed that there themselves.
That's great.
Which really fits into Dressel's sense of humour.
Hagrid starts giggling uncontrollably
The mural
until she
winks at you.
dissolves into hiccups.
You notice the mural wink at you.
which only increases my babish like glee.
And then probably the other students are looking at you writhing on the floor, just laughing at yourself silly. Like, what happened to the dragon?
Oh, baby dragon, who knows?
It broke.
It broke.
Most of them just look and go, not my problem. Not my problem.
I imagine I look quite adorable giggling on the floor.
You do, but they don't want to have to deal with dragon.
Because they've been having to do with
I'm not
dragons.
presenting any danger.
Just a trip hazard.
Especially with those flailing wings and tail and legs and head. You should
Flying
quite
everywhere.
It was funny.
It was. And everyone, people stopped to watch and take a notice of your amusement. A few of them laugh. A few of them go, not my problem.
Occasional student trip. No, my thesis.
My thesis that dragons are just a figment of my imagination. It's gone. What happened? I tripped over a dragon. But I thought you said they don't exist. Only in my head. As my thesis explained.
So, substituting your reality with their own.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Yeah, thank you. I did go to the quote with yes.
Alright.
And this is in the hallway of the great, like the entrance.
The courtyard of the Great School of Magic.
Or the courtyard.
So inside a wall that is about 4 stories tall is a 4-story mural of the Great One Dragon.
That's hilarious. Zal probably tries to stifle the snigger as well. Because I somehow got sucked in to see him, and so I know.
It's a bit hard not to. It was designed like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice, Jim.
Oh no, he was. That's why I'm laughing along with, or trying to stifle my laugh.
It
along
feels
with you.
very close to almost life size.
So his claw is about as big as my face. Sorry, my face is about as
Well, your body is about is smaller than the length of one of those claws. Yeah.
that one. I'm just like, this is familiar. Good likeness.
Looking at it, it is a perfect likeness, detail for detail. And there's also 2 really dug in ruts leading right up to the wall with claw marks either side of it.
Was that from him?
We have no idea.
Does anyone know that's around doing this stuff?
Someone blames that stupid cleric. And his carriage.
Oh, his carriage.
Interesting.
I
How
asked
do you have
Sophie
fixed that
if she's
with magic?
interested in writing a song about the Great Dragon and what happened to her.
Why?
You seem nice. It'd be nice to have a song about the Great Dragon.
Well, but basically no one's been assigned to
Something
that
like
until
the
after the
Hunter
mural's been fixed.
Oh, right.
What if
No.
I gave you coffee?
You re-give me coffee.
What if I gave you better coffee?
Doesn't exist.
It does.
Grindel Waffle got special gnomish coffee in Irish City.
It's got soul coffee.
Just came to the university.
Yes,
Would you like
that's
some
why
soul
we
coffee?
have special gnomish coffee from
Oh, I
Gnomish
see.
City.
Okay.
He just hasn't brewed any for you yet.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, because he's still trying to make his way through the bloody caffeinated milk.
No song for me.
Well, more for
I've
you.
gone from giggling to
You're a
a
dragon.
slight pouty sulky look.
Seeing as you did tell me the reason for changing.
How did I know this was something you did not want?
And give me a perception roll for the dragon.
Pick the right one.
The red one.
The little red one will work.
The little red one fits through his feet. Oh,
Ooh,
7. Do I have a reroll?
There are a couple of rerolls.
Yeah, I reckon I should use one of my rerolls and let's upgrade to. What is that? It's a 12.
Plus your perception.
I think it's like 6.
I believe it's plus 6, but I could be wrong.
I think it's 6. It's 5, but you told me it was 6 and we have to upgrade it.
Yeah, I think so, yes. Okay, so that gives you an 18. While you're looking at it, you can see there's some writing at the base of the mural.
I run up and read it.
And it's in Draconic.
I run up and read it.
It says, "Happy birthday, Calcrix."
Is Calcrix's birthday today?
It was recently.
Yeah.
Do I notice? Well, probably if I rush up.
There's a Calcrix rusting up and then go.
Jazz winging.
I go up and have a look.
Does your character know Draconic?
Draconic, yes.
Yeah, I do now.
And yes, you see the birthday message.
My birthday.
What month is it?
May.
Okay, so that's 5.
Zal probably asked you in Draconic, when was your birthday?
I believe you're in the
Did we miss it?
7th month.
Sorry, when was my birthday?
Yeah, and did we miss it?
Yes. Yes.
I apologize and ask if there's anything you would like for your passing of your.
I've heard this dragon that I admire greatly, called Drazzle, released a prickle, and I really like that. Can we look for that?
Sure.
Okay, guys.
I don't think Electric is going to be the best city to look for it in, but we will try. If not, maybe in the next city we're in.
Maybe.
But we'll keep an eye out.
Apple?
Apples? We can get apples.
Okay. So, as you're walking out, there's this big official-looking guy in long, robes, very neat, very trim, very proper. Walks all the way up to Calcrix and goes, "Hey, you, Calcrix."
Yeah.
And he pulls out a scroll,
Oh.
and then he sings "Happy Birthday" to you.
Is it good?
He has. Let me see. He has a fantastic singing voice.
Nice.
Basically, he's all prim and proper, then sings this beautiful voice, rolls it back up again, hands you the scroll and walks off.
Can I roll for his performance?
Can I say thank you?
He rolled fantastically.
I want to see what his
You're counter rolling his performance.
No, I just want to roll as a fellow.
He got a. What was it? You can put it down.
Sorry. This is Calcrix dancing along to Happy Birthday.
I'm trying to professionally judge his performance.
Okay, give me an insight roll.
Insight, okay.
His performance is, trying to beat him.
I'm not trying to out-sing him. I want to use my professional knowledge to kind of go, is he doing a good job?
Then I'll give you advantage on your insight roll.
Okay.
Calcrix is happily bopping along. See?
Okay.
I got Calcrix bopping.
Oh, that's better. Okay.
Can't do bopping and wing
Jazz wings at the same time. We'll just
Okay,
imagine the jazz
so
wings.
while his performance is fantastic, he just doesn't have his heart in it.
Okay, fair enough. So
Well,
It's
I asked you
professional,
for a
but
song, but
it's-
you didn't want to give me a song.
it's a job to him. It's not a
Apparently, he was paid not to stuff it up, so he didn't stuff it up.
right. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a feeling there was consequence for stuffing it up.
I'm guessing a particular dragon wrote the music.
Alright, Calcrix
But you
is
do
happy.
notice that one of his hands is bound up.
Bound up?
He got wrapping around it.
Aw.
What
happened?
Yeah. Oh, I think I know what happened there.
It's either a curse or I guess a binding promise or something.
Or a bite.
Or bye.
Can I make it well again? I'm not that magic, am I?
You know that sort of magic.
No.
I wouldn't recommend it.
See, Zal is, but this isn't the city to do that. Well, I could use my book.
Okay.
Just whack him once with my book. Like, here, feel better.
The hand
With
walks.
necromancy,
Does that
yes.
work?
Then the hand walks away.
It has before.
Maybe.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
I believe he does have the ability to turn things into crawling claws in her book.
If I tell him he did a fantastic job and thank him profusely, will that help?
He nods officially and says thank you and then walks off.
Oh, okay.
With that sort of official air of himself.
Okay.
You sure there's a stick somewhere?
I just realised what your thesis here is. A treatise on theoretical necromantic resurrection.
I turned to sofa. Did I get a birthday song?
Sure.
Do you know Draconic? No, you don't know Draconic.
I don't.
I know Celestial.
Oh, hang on. I didn't get advantage of this. So that was not very well, I'm afraid.
Can I ask it to be rerolled?
You can, yes.
If you want,
Yep.
If you want it better.
well then I'll take the second value.
Which was
Uh,
you did roll it twice.
Yeah. I'm happy to start just turning
And,
up
and
the rerolls
just,
because it's like
just
10 o'clock.
officially, I believe I turned 6 this year.
Subforms?
I'm like
Yeah.
a whole
21.
6 years old.
Okay, so
And I hold up 8 claws.
Hey,
so
I'm a whole this year's
you
old.
see Sophia starts singing and it looks like she's a bit off key. You just stare at her and picks up a bit, starts singing. All the students trying to get rid of the mural start singing. The mural starts singing.
The mural singing!
My axe beak is probably like bouncing with joy, waiting for the food to come.
Where's the food?
Birds.
And no birds show up, but there's this XP going. And it looks like he's moving on to the music. Perfect timing. And there's even the bass of the polar bear singing along with his musical orchestra on his back.
Yay! Can we party?
He gives the best bass ever.
Yay!
Well, he's trying to support his mistress, so I'm sure he's trying his best.
And I brought his mistress back, so...
You are his
Are
favourite
we
person
happy?
right now besides his mistress.
Yeah.
So at the end of the song you get a
That's
big hug
upset.
from the polar bear.
Oh, I love
And from all the
polar
gnomes who
bears.
fall off during the hug.
That's fine too, they can crawl all over me. I'm good with hugs.
Alright, Maddie, that was the list.
What was it? The song of Kalkritz's birthday?
Black Dragon Birthday.
I'm a white dragon.
And Muriel.
I'm a white dragon.
Yes, but I'm combining that whole thing.
Oh,
I'll give it away
What about
exactly who it is.
black and a white dragon.
The black and the white dragon.
The black and white dragon.
Spot.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
He's black.
He's white. We play homage to Michael Jackson, why not?
Well, hey, you were joking about doing your Thriller song with the Undead.
You were.
It does fit with the album.
That's perfect.
So what's this album called? The Rip-Off. What do you mean Rip-Off?
The rip-off.
The Terran abridged album.
No, it's called I Didn't Choose This Way.
Didn't choose which way.
All of them.
Being turned back into a elf.
Are you happy being a dwarf, were you?
I would have liked it for a while. I didn't get much time to enjoy it. Thank you very much.
You got what, like 2 weeks?
Less of
And
that.
look, and this time it's not magic that's turned you.
Yeah, it's just God bullshit.
But
God.
were you happy that you were changed back into Emdrak?
Would have been nice for a while.
You could have been angsty. Now he can't be angsty at all.
But you were going to become a necromancer. I thought you liked that.
I wasn't becoming a necromancer. I got turned into an anti-necromancer.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's-
So, wouldn't you have liked to have continued down that path as elf girl?
I had no choice.
More god bullshit, huh?
So, me and Kalka sit here like, you can't freaking please everybody, can you? No. You think they want something and you try and help them achieve their goals. They get
Hang on.
diverted.
Cushion is extremely
And
happy
then
with you.
after they get diverted, they're very unhappy about the fact that you helped them get back onto the same path.
I'm
No!
just going to point out, you didn't do it for my path at all. You did it for my pets.
Yep.
No, my mount
Yep.
isn't even a pet.
Yep.
This had nothing to do with me. You did it for my pets.
He was a fellow being
Mm-hmm.
who is sentient enough to have feelings, and he was sad.
Okay, so if Grindelwald Waffle wanted you to be a gnome, I'll ask my god to change you into a gnome. And that's okay?
No, because I've never been a gnome before.
Oh,
Whereas
so that
you
makes it
pretend
okay,
to
does
be
it?
dwarf.
Right.
Yes, that's what made it okay.
Sophie's gonna walk off at this point.
I don't remember you as a dwarf, right? So I've also only known you as an elf.
No, you did meet him as a dwarf when he set you free.
But I didn't recognise him, you said.
Yeah.
And because I didn't recognise him, I only know Sofa.
Mhm.
So as far as I know, Sofa is the normal state of being.
Because Zal did say you have met him, but you still probably, as Baby Dragon, haven't put two and two together.
Yeah.
And besides, the other dwarf wasn't as musical and not as much fun.
No, that's it. You're much more fun. Why would we want to spend time with the non-fun dwarf person?
Stinky dwarf.
Stinky dwarf.
According to
Cushion and I were in
Cushion.
agreement. Sofa was much more fun.
Of course, Cushion would agree to that.
I have done wrong by you. I apologise.
Oh,
It's
this
my
is just
birthday.
hilarious.
Thank you for singing me a birthday song, even though you blame me for your unhappy situation. Apple?
No, thank you.
Coffee?
No, thank you.
Grindelwald says, "Did you read your scroll?"
I got a scroll?
Yeah.
I did. I got a scroll. I read my scroll.
Okay.
Is it written in something I can read?
It's written in Draconic.
I can read it.
So it says, birthday wishes from your family. They have set up a banquet for you when you arrive next in Galantry City.
I tell everyone really quickly.
I can probably read over your shoulder.
I still tell you.
Where people will arrive to give you things nice and shiny.
Shiny things.
Yeah.
Shiny things
Shiny things
that I can keep.
that you can keep.
They'll be mine.
They'll be yours.
And they'll be shiny.
They will be shiny.
Where exactly is this party located?
At the most expensive inn in Galantry.
So we need
Not that far away.
to buy fancy clothes, probably.
Super racist expensive.
Probably.
Yep.
Right.
Which of course you can walk in because you just show up.
I can, but you know.
So we go shopping for nice clothes.
I'll not pay.
We
I
have
didn't spend my last 3,000 coins from Red Gem, so I actually have some money.
I have some leftover
It's
money
down
as
a
well.
few coins because I'm paying the Grindelwaffles, and I gave some damage money to the gnomes for the door, and I've got a complete accountancy book over here that you could read at, but I could help you pay for a party dress, I'm sure.
Grindelwaffle is also an accountant on the side, like all good gnomes.
Like all good news. Yep.
He's a bit
Except for the
different.
musicians, he says they can't count for anything.
I like
They can keep time, but they can't count.
I feel like there needs to be like a background choice. Who knows? Accountant.
Well, it very much fits in accountant, lawyer, musician. See, there's three different professions.
Oh, there's so much to write this session. I haven't even caught up to the mural, let alone the singing man, and then Sophie's song, which is doesn't matter if you're black or white,
Yep.
and now this banquet,
Yep.
and oh yeah.
So what time is this? How are we? Did we arrive in the morning?
Well, it's whenever she, Calcritch presents the scroll, the banquet will be arranged.
Oh.
So who do I present it to?
You present it to the inn, and then they will basically clear the building, and you get the building for the day.
I asked Zal.
So during happy hour.
Whenever it shows up, you get the building for
You're
a day.
the only reliable adult I know at the moment that's with us, so I'm like, when should I present this scroll?
Well, look at this way. You think it's been paid well enough that no customer can
Do you
override that one.
give it to me to read through for me
Yeah.
so I can
Yeah.
understand the implications of
Lies.
presenting the
You
scroll?
will vacate the building. Oh, okay. You say so,
I
Great
trust you,
Dragon.
so basically I tell you everything. And you talk to the Great Dragon as well, so... You know, you're a bit like my pseudo-mum now. Or dad, technically.
Both.
You're male.
Yeah, both. I haven't changed gender
Pseudo-parents.
yet.
Dragons more care about parentage than sex.
You're lucky, because otherwise she's like, by the way, why isn't Sal my pseudo-mum instead of my pseudo-dad?
Oh god.
So you're very lucky, it's like, Sal's my pseudo-parent.
That's gonna be the day, isn't it?
Well, she doesn't care.
Well, I know, but that's still just hilarious.
It's better than Drizzle, who doesn't understand male or female.
I like Joe.
Well, he has no sex, so he doesn't understand male or female.
Does anyone want a drink of any kind?
What would you like?
Just gonna grab another lemon squash.
Another
that's
lemon
okay.
thingy?
I quite like it.
Well, that's good because you can use them all up and then any can drink the solos.
Yes. Yeah. So yes, you have no problems getting out into town and getting to the fashion shops. Most of the any sort of fabric you want can be fabricated or magicked up.
Just something nice for our princess.
Can I go to the shops and get a new dress?
Sure, you show up and as Zal is trying to talk to the shopkeeper, they push him to the side and go,
Oops. Sorry. Thank you.
"Look, we have a celebrity here. Oh, important customer. We'll get to you later."
And so it's just like, you know, it's technically Sova's pseudo manager.
Well, don't worry. We need to find something off the rack for you.
Are they saying this in front of me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll grab you by the shoulders and drag you and be like, "This is my part-time trial manager. I need them to look good tonight because they'll be appearing behind me on stage. Can you sort them out?"
We've got some stuff that will make them blend into the surroundings so you don't see them.
Not quite what I meant, but
Would you like them to look like a peacock? You know, a big, brilliant peacock.
I love
I
that.
would like her to
you
look like
my
my
protege.
Well, asking the person who's actually paying for them.
But like, I was like, oh,
Peacock.
okay.
blending or something else.
Or something so outlandish no one will
Something
will miss them at all.
And
Yeah.
eye-catching.
Soul's happy with blending you.
It's
Okay.
sophisticated and eye-catching.
Apparently blending in is the choice.
Okay, so with this, no one will know they're there
Do you want a drink?
or remember
I'm
them.
good.
Much like most of your backup singers.
Right. Well, I get that's how they feel. I would like my dress to be a sparkly mix of black and white, please. Half black, half white.
Sure.
For the evening.
Do you want it actually made out of material, or would you like it to be made out of like butterflies or glowworms or
Both actual material.
actual material this time?
The person I'm doing it for tonight would not appreciate using animal.
Well, they wouldn't be dead,
Exactly.
and you can set them free when you're finished.
Yeah, they still wouldn't approve.
They can even eat them if they wanted them.
They're not the one that would eat them. But,
If you're talking about cow tricks, occasionally she's eaten a butterfly when she's been chasing it.
yeah, this is like 200. You and the active would be eating my dress, no thank you.
Yeah, that's probably a wise choice.
Yeah.
Can I do anything?
Oh, thank
We'd even make it out of starlight.
you. No, just, black and white
Starlight.
with sparkly bits.
Okay.
Oh,
Sparkly's in all the right bits.
I'm not sure what that implies, but sure.
You're a seamstress, they know exactly what it implies.
Great.
As the light darkens.
I was gonna get myself a drink afterwards.
I think the option is a skill.
And for the next few minutes, you're being dragged from rack to rack, trying on different bits of clothing.
That's fair.
And as they're trying on bits of clothing, the measuring tools measure you while they're busy doing other things by themselves.
That's still Andrew.
And before you know it, your dress has been sewn by itself.
Yep.
And you're fitted and dressed before you even realise what had happened.
Can I like go for a scale polish or something?
Yes, there is
Like
a.
Dragon pedicure, manicure situation?
Well, they do have the whole pedicure for all sorts nearby.
Oh, can I go there?
You do. They ask if you'd like it jazzed up. Because
I do jazz wings. And I'm like jazzed up like that?
Yeah, we can jazz it like that. We can jazz it up with inlaid jewels.
Jules!
For
You want Jules?
the cost of about 50 gold, we can put in.
I have 50 gold.
In which case, then all your claws and teeth and all that will have little sparkly bits in them.
I don't want my teeth.
It's okay. As far as you're concerned, your teeth will sparkle, and they'll have different colours. So it's like you got rainbow teeth.
I don't want rainbow teeth.
Well, I can give you rainbow claws.
That works.
Okay. Rainbow claws it is.
Rainbow claws and like what a little it's there, and I got
And so earrings for your wings.
Oh, earrings for my wings!
Yeah.
Oh,
So all little fluffies everywhere.
so happy. Best birthday ever.
So after you pay your 50 gold, you get jazzed up, polished up, and so much so that you gleam.
I don't mind gleaming. It's my birthday. I ought to gleam on my birthday. I'm a whole 6 years old.
This is probably your
Ready? I'm a whole 6 years old. I think there's like 8 claws up there.
Technically it's her first proper birthday, so
First birthday I've had with anyone.
With anyone other than dragons.
yes. And the dragons are probably just like, happy birthday.
Or their version of a happy birthday is just so long. Speeches, talking. So.
Yeah, and 3 and 4 year old Calquix is like, there was a birthday? Was there cake?
And in which case they go, we shall start that again. So,
Alright,
okay.
so we're going to banquet?
Yep.
We're doing banquet today?
And when you look around, you have trouble seeing Zal.
Yeah, I was about
You hear Zal, but it sort of fades away every time Zal
Can I
speaks.
smell her?
You sort of smells it, but then it sort of just fades away.
Can I follow my nose with some concentration until I bump into Zal?
You sort of remember where Zal was, but then you sort of start to forget.
I'm very stressed by not knowing where Zal is. I need some way. Can I try and bump into her and stick a jewel on her?
And you think you drooled on her, but you sort of forget where that was.
So,
Can I try our length of...
You've got a cloak that makes everyone forget you.
Oh,
Okay.
that could be handy. How much
Yes,
did that cost?
He got thrown under his tab.
Oh, okay.
He paid for it all because he's the star and you're the manager.
Okay.
I want to find you because I like you.
I'll take it off occasionally just so you know where I am,
Okay.
and then blend back in.
Okay, that's fine.
This is probably like Zal's dream. It's like, yes, I blend in.
But you blend in so much, people will walk into you because they don't see you.
Be like in like a corner somewhere, so the likelihood of that is just.
Just follow behind the dragon. They always like part.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then like just be like, here, Calvert, it's okay. I'm behind you. Just whack me with your tail occasionally.
Yeah. just tug the tail.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Or just like hold your tail like.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Still here.
Still here.
Who's got my tail?
We figured it out. We've got a system. I'm happy.
Okay.
Is it like a cloak of forgetfulness? Or
Cloak of...
It's technically a curse.
oh,
Oh.
but it's imbued onto the cloak.
Mm-hmm. The person who wears it is forgotten by anyone who sees it.
Which means, say, if you're injured in battle, that wouldn't be a good idea.
No.
But if you need to go into a place and ask questions and don't remember,
Yeah.
very good idea.
Curses are some of the best magic there is.
However, this would be a perfect cloak to go in and ask them things like, you know, what happened to Wenda, and, you know, get information about
Do you
that.
have any information on my god? Because I'm a cleric.
Yeah,
So, did someone say what?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like your Muga sends her best wishes. Wait, what?
You who? What?
So this could be very good for obtaining information about the seeds without people remembering that we're trying to obtain information.
Is it only while I'm wearing it? Like, will they remember it later if I take it off?
You don't know.
I'm gonna research my cloak as well as the other things I need to research because this is cool. I like this.
The best place you can do that is at the university.
Great School of Magic.
Yep. So we are at the Great School of Magic.
Okay.
No, we were. We wandered around getting.
And then you head over to the Silver Inn.
Yep.
I think it's called the Silver Inn. Actually, I'll look up the specifics of it because I have it. 38, page 38. It is called silver tower in. So I've dropped off the word tower. Okay, so they have booked out the entire building for you,
Nice.
which would normally set someone back about 10,000 gold a day. And there is a bunch of people with signs up saying happy birthday in various languages.
For me?
Yeah. And there's occasional signs for we love you, Surfer.
That's fine. I love Surfer too.
That's great.
As you go in there is this huge reception hall set up in there with 2 chairs, one for Sofa and one for Calcrix. I can't remember anyone else coming in.
What about Sal? I asked for a 3rd chair.
For who they say?
My imaginary friend.
Okay. They put one out for your imaginary friend.
As a 6-year-old, you did pretty well with your feet.
I like that.
Seems like since they're forgetting her, it's just easier to say that's my imaginary friend. I consider my imaginary friend real. Do not sit in that chair.
But they pat you on the shoulder. We won't sit on your imaginary friend
No.
as they walk off.
I'm very genuine when I tell them that I would be upset if they said I'm my imaginary friend, and I appreciate it deeply that they do.
So they bring out fantastic dishes and setting it between for each of the 2 of you.
And what about my imaginary friend?
We set imaginary food for them, they say.
No, my imaginary friend eats real food.
Don't worry, they're real imaginary food.
No, my imaginary friend eats real food that goes into my stomach.
Okay, so we'll put more food next to you.
Sure, that works. As long as I can share it with my imaginary friend.
You can share it with any imaginary friend you like, they say place it next to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I push it towards Al.
Oh, that's great. They probably see this like bit of sushi like floating in the air and the dispute.
Well, they don't notice it, they don't remember putting that sushi there.
That's the best thing. And they're like, what's that? Oh, I don't know.
It's like, well, that's
Yeah, that's pretty much. Just like the dragon.
And
it's
so,
like an imaginary
You
friend.
notice that
It's
one dish
like
keeps getting brought out 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because as soon as Star starts eating it, it's like, I thought we served that. Oh, better go get that.
I ask if you're fine.
I take my clothes off and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Do you want any more variety in your food? You like sushi? Okay, well, good. I'm guessing it's good sushi.
It is, it even tells you.
You can just take one of my dice.
No, he took the thingy though.
Oh, okay, jelly. I just saw a hand come over this way and I'm like, oh, there's my dice.
I wouldn't recommend dropping a jelly in a tower, but you want to try and roll something with it.
What does that count as?
It counts as an orange.
Sugar.
A natural orange.
Orange.
It's better than a natural lemon. Natural lemon might be a bad critical fail. Okay, so yes, you managed to have this fantastic meal. Then a whole bunch of really important looking people come in looking sort of worried as they come in carrying gifts.
Okay, for me?
Blackmail.
Do they also have bites on their hand?
No bites on their hands.
Okay.
The one on the face.
Yeah,
They're not all beaten up, are they?
anyway.
No, they're not beaten up.
Not beaten?
Not bitten.
They look like they've been hurt?
Well, they look like they're somewhere they weren't expecting to be.
Oh, okay.
Scarlet for life.
They're just like, ooh, dragon.
I was in my office writing, and next thing I know, I was told to go to a birthday party.
Here, deliver this gift on death.
Yay?
So a really tall Germanic sort of person with a monocle and white suit walks in and goes, "Are you her dragon?"
I am Calcrix, the white dragon with the jazz wings.
And in a very gruff, abrupt voice, says, "Happy birthday to you."
And I agree. Let's see. I'm looking for the German one. Rittenberg?
No.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
Jagger
it is,
von
sorry, it is him, yes. Yeah.
Drakenfels.
It is him.
I thank Prince von Draken for announced when I'm this many years old.
He grabs one of your paws and kisses it.
And I say thank you.
And he puts a bejeweled ring on your paw.
I say thank yous again. Shiny. No, look at the shiny.
It glisters in different colours.
I keep looking at the shiny.
Dagger? The dagger dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while you're staring at it, he scratches you in just the right spot behind the ear. Or you might fall asleep. It's just that good.
This is a nice man. I like this guy.
He seems to know dragons very well.
He does. I'm very happy.
And he walks off.
Yay.
And he seems to glower at the next rural people there. Sort of,
Why is he glowering at this?
do you think he's the one who told him to attend?
Oh, okay. And who's that?
So the next one who walks in is this rather plump-looking guy with what you could only say is porn star mustache.
Porn star mustache.
Yes.
I thought
I'm gonna say the Frenchman?
No.
No?
No,
Oh.
not the Frenchman. What about the Saracea poisonous Thaetian Machiavelli?
That would be it.
Okay, so
That
this
would
would
be
be
my second
Prince
guess.
Innocenti di Malapietra.
He does what sort of looks like a bow, but he doesn't really have the stomach for it. So it's sort of more of a tilt.
Right now, Calcrix is putting all of her self-discipline in not poking the stomach.
So Charles just like, don't do it.
And she's like,
As you hear this disembodied voice go, don't do it.
Okay, we'll see.
What was I? Oh,
Wisdom saving throw.
no.
oh fuck, I'm gonna poke him in the stomach. It's a 4.
Okay, so don't.
It's gentle. It's like a.
Well, as you poke it, it sort of keeps going in.
Oh, no.
It's very flabby.
Oh dear. She's very ashamed of herself. She apologizes profusely.
He sort of goes.
She's never seen someone of that magnificent and impressive size before.
He sort of huffs a bit. And, you know,
Very impressed by him.
And then there's the sound of the enormous amount of wind coming out the other end.
Is it smelly?
He is known as one of the air mages.
She concentrates now on greeting him.
Her eyes start to water.
And she tries not to cry. Please don't make me do another will save.
What she said try, so she'll make a will save. Make it a constitution saving throw.
17.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, so you really want to cry from that stench, god-awful stench. As you can see, people behind him actually
17
crying.
are good enough to actually give him a
You smile.
a smile, yep. And that looks less like a grimace.
You're probably doing that onion crying thing like.
I tell him I'm this much years old.
He goes, yeah. Dragon. Pat, pat, pat on the hand.
Thank you.
And he hands you a box.
Thank you.
And he walks away.
Do I open the box?
You can.
What's
Rip,
in the
rip, rip, rip. It's got pretty stones.
I start shoving them into my scales. Not a white dragon anymore. Sparkling dragon.
Sparkly dragon. Okay.
Which is how sparkly things are supposed to be, not freaking vampires.
Yeah, don't say that to the Prince of
Typical.
Evil, yeah.
Which just happens that the next one in is, you know, like in a dinner suit, very charming, walking stick. He sort of looks like he could walk right into 1930s high society.
So Igorov?
Yep.
Okay.
Did I say that to you?
No,
I see I have come across the famous Calcrix again. Your jazz wings are legendary.
Yay! He's obviously a diplomat.
With your charming smile. His teeth in. Ding!
I see you went to, what was that salon that she got prettied up at?
Yeah, I see you went to the House of Bling.
I run the House of Bling.
You run the House of Bling? That's where I went to get prettied up for my birthday.
It's the best place to just get all the teeth shiny, the claws shiny.
I see that you have had the... I may reconsider the teeth treatment next time.
Teeth treatment always helps.
It's only 50 gold. Maybe I should have...
There's always tomorrow, I say.
He says, in that case, he says, he pulls out you will appreciate this all the more. It's a token. For the next year, you have free treatments.
We can't lose. We can't lose.
Well, I guess we're leveling up.
Whenever you like for the next year.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We're now past remember that.
I am this much years old.
And then you hear the god-awful sound of bagpipes.
So this would be McGregor.
As a whole troop of people come in before a guy in robes.
Are they dancing?
Yes.
What sort of dancing?
Very much a tapping sort of, tap dancey sort of, really weird, sort of twirly sort of.
I give it a little bit of a shot.
And all playing bagpipes at the same time.
More, a little bit of a shot.
And a really gruff voice says, "Hey, you're after Calcrix."
Thank you.
And then puts something on the table in front of you.
Looks at it.
It's a beheaded creature.
Not a dragon?
No, not a dragon.
What kind of creature is it?
It looks like it's a dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur?
Dinosaur head.
We need that for those people who wanted dead dinosaurs.
Yes, we do.
I asked him how he came to kill this creature.
It appeared in his tower.
It appeared in his tower?
Yes.
How did that happen? No, Amazon. They deliver everywhere.
Even across planes, apparently.
It wasn't what I ordered.
It wasn't?
Didn't match the description.
What did you order?
I ordered something bigger.
Pretty big. Oh, that's bad.
I ate the messenger.
How did you cook it?
I didn't.
Well done.
Some people like that.
I think very rare.
Do I know what sort of creature it is?
It's basically one of the.
Wouldn't be one of the dead allosaurs or something
No,
like that.
it's sort of raptory size.
Raptory size. Okay. I thank him very much and praise his hunting and killing.
It was fun.
capacity.
Only killed a couple of his manservants.
Do you
But
quite
they were
know-
slow, they deserved it.
I see. I could see how that would be an applicable perspective at that time.
I shall see if I can obtain more to put the others on their toes. You
Like
wouldn't,
the
happen to,
raptors?
you wouldn't happen to know where I could find some.
Do I tell him that they're all great?
I thought it was common knowledge, but...
Not everyone knows all these things.
Am I smart enough to know that I should not tell them
It's
about
up
it?
to you.
I think
Well,
it's a common
Salzman told me
sport.
not to tell stuffs. So I tell him that if he asks around, he may find such a place.
Do you know where I could find it?
Ah, shit. Maybe. I don't know where it is, but I've heard about an island full of dragons. Like, not dragons, like creatures like these.
Okay. And where would that be? What was it?
I don't know how to get there.
What was it called?
Do I know the name?
Zal would probably know what's called the Old Dread, but I'm not sure Calcrix would.
They'll forget her and what she said. Because Zal can tell them.
It's
I'm like, my friend knows, and I point to Zal.
He says, "You're an empty chair."
My imaginary friend knows. But she can talk. Go and talk.
So the place is called the Isle of Dread.
Your empty chair. What you can talk? It says. I can't hear it talking.
You gave up your code for a sec?
Yeah, it's the Isle of Dread, yeah.
Does that work?
What the? Huh? I thought it was some. It's confusing.
I'm gonna step in and say, to whatever his name is,
McGregor.
McGregor.
Brennet McGregor.
Brennet McGregor.
He's a prince. I guess it wouldn't hurt for us to help him out.
I'm gonna
Friends
use
wouldn't be bad.
Deception.
Okay, that's a good thing to use on one of the princes, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Well, I don't know this.
That's 15, and I think I get.
I think you get something on it.
I do, but I'm trying to work out if I get advantage because of my thingy. There's a certain guard thing which I think I get advantage.
Looking at your sheet, you might need to rewrite that one.
Is there any harm in telling him all the dread?
I don't think so, but
I'm just.
at the same time, I don't really know.
I don't know him well enough to know if he would kill all the animals on there.
Probably.
And I really don't want him to kill all the animals on there, but I don't want to be unhelpful to him either. So
Okay,
what does
cool.
one do in that
So it's
situation?
not, but I do get the thingy. So that means.
We'll see what Sofa does first.
Yes. Sofa is much wiser than us, so I'm happy to defer to Sofa.
24.
24. He sort of just says that you for a moment. And what do you say?
I'm saying it's the Isle of Dead.
He's been to the Isle of Dead, they don't have those things.
Well, that's where I went and I saw them.
Well, I must be mistaken there.
He says, oh well, I guess I'll give this jewel to someone else then.
Oh. I'm only 6. I don't know where I went.
Well, the Isle of Dead is obviously the wrong place.
Well, it's an island, and it was far away. We travelled for a long, long time, and I was bored. So you're looking for an island far out in the middle of the sea, and it's maybe it rhymes with Isle of Dead.
What are you looking at me for?
Sing something, sing lady. No, I don't say it that way. I'm looking at you
You'll see it
pleadingly
to
for
him
help.
then. Badly.
I was looking at you to help, not.
You gave me command on your birthday.
Sing, elf, sing! You shall sing for your supper.
That's
For the marine, isn't it?
a.
The only time he rolls badly is when he needs to sing for me.
What did you
That's like an 8.
get an 8?
I'm not gonna get my jewel.
Well, there's no rerolls left, so.
Yeah, there are 2.
Oh, suppose I could use my own reroll. Alright, suppose I should reroll and see what this comes up as. Oh, much better, okay. Alright, there you go. That's a 23.
Okay, so while you're singing, you break out into song and describe perfectly exactly where you came from.
I was trying to sing the Isle of Dead, but that works.
Yeah, you
Even
fly that way for so long, and then you fly that way for so long, and then you fly that way for so long, and then you get to the Isle of Dirt. Dirt, fucking.
The Isle of Bread.
Bread. With 2 G's and a silent Q.
Yes. I'm gonna have to write that down. If that's the official song title.
2
I
G's
believe
and
it
a
is.
silent Q.
Yeah, the Isle of Bread.
Not a bad song. Isle of Bread. With 2 G's and a silent Q. Yeah.
And he hands Calcrix a little diamond.
Thank you. Do you want the diamond?
No, that's yours.
I don't like anything with that.
No, that's yours.
But you sang for it.
No, I sang as I was told to.
It's your birthday coverage.
And you can hear the prince go, "It's good to have a servant." As he walks
I very diplomatically and politely correct him that sofa is not a servant.
Today he's your servant.
Tonight she did something nice for me for my birthday.
Servant, he says as he walks up.
I look at sofa and I'm like,
I just shrug.
not a
It's
servant.
like, I understand having to serve, certain nobles, whatever, in Singapore, and you are providing a service. So they'll refer to you as a servant. Like, it's a noble thing. I get it.
Oh, you serve, you're a servant.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone serves a prince, so everyone's a servant.
Exactly.
So do any of the other princes come?
Okay, there is a woman in a long flowing dress with little birds chirping behind her as she comes in.
Oh, I love it.
Do you have an eye on my axe beak?
Your expert goes to go over and she just winks at it and you go,
So when Calcrix almost goes to chase the bird, she winks at him, and she winks at her, and Calcrix goes,
I like this lady.
She comes over and gives Calcrix a big hug.
Calcrix loves
It says, "Happy birthday, little dragon."
This is Princess...
Calatina.
I was going to say Calatina?
Yeah, Calatina.
The
And,
Wood Elves?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Calatina, Erewhon. She is the Wood Elves, so yes, lovely. I thank you very much for coming to my birthday party.
And she gives you a little moonstone.
I'm happy.
Is it? Does it? It's a Pokemon reference.
Sorry.
Does it?
I don't know. Do you get bigger by putting it in your scales?
Something's happening. Cappy's is evolving.
Do I?
Do you want it?
I'm not. 26. Is there a lot of evolution involved in 26? Do I get a little bit bigger?
Well, of course, you always get bigger every year.
Okay, so does anything like that happen?
No.
Okay, cool.
But
I'm
is
happy
it-
though.
But it's really nice.
Thank you.
And you can see engraved in Elvish on the stone is the number 6.
Nice.
Thank you. You know, for a second there, I'm like, why not? Oh yeah, I turned 6. That's lovely. I got presents.
And then you hear the tap 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 of little maracas sort of things going off and other sort of things.
Oh, is
and
this Spanish?
and then sounds of tap dancing and music breaks out.
Carmelia?
And you can see Carlatina sort of rolls her eyes and goes, "Hey, better go. No need for bloodbath on your
Is this the
birthday."
halfling sized
Yeah.
The tiny elves?
tiny elves?
Yep.
Swashbucklers? Swashbuckling?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so they come twirling into the room. Glorious dresses. Even on the males. Glorious dresses everywhere.
Wow. That's cool. Very happy.
And they do a performance for you. A very bad performance for you.
Can we reroll the DM? How many rolls?
We rerolled the
That's into an awesome.
They start off really bad and then they
So
go
takes
over
off his cloak and is like, trip out for the dragon's birthday. And they're like, what?
That's good.
And they have this fantastic rendition of My Way for you.
I did it. Carcrix's way.
Very much so.
Okay.
It was all about Calcrix.
Oh. Carcrix is happy.
And it finishes with a Spanish style guitar.
Wow, that's impressive. Carcrix is very, very impressed.
That's what the guitar said.
Pardon?
That's what the guitar said.
And you are offered the services of one Don Diego Montoya for the next month for any dual services you may need. He will kill anyone for you who so much dislikes you.
Oh, dueling services.
Yes. That's
Could he perhaps teach me to duel instead?
He can, and still kill anyone who insults you in any way whatsoever.
As long as I feel insulted and he's not the one who feels insulted.
Well,
that's
you
okay.
pick the insult, and I shall pick the weapon.
But I would prefer to just have the training in dueling because I think that'd probably be good since I can use two hands for weapons.
Yeah.
Dueling.
He's more than
Yeah,
happy
and-
because he is the master swordsman of the nation.
I would happily
Which is
take
amusing
that.
considering he's about 3.5 feet tall.
I would happily take that in training.
I give some comments, but it's not this character.
What was his name?
Don
Montoya?
Diego Montoya.
Don?
Out of character. The other character knows that he gives shit to the princes and they take it. So
So, I will. Can I get dueling training?
He's happy to give you dueling training. He's also good at insult training.
Can you do both of those at the same time?
He does. He's multitasking.
That would be awesome.
also known as ambidextrous.
That works as well.
So you cast vicious mockery with his hand while he's stabbing you. With
He doesn't need to cast it. His words just come out like vicious mockery.
I know something you don't know. What don't you know? Unlike you, I do not use my left hand. Switch swords to other hands. I am ambidextrous.
Pretty much.
That is the sort of character he is.
But then he gets another one and goes, oh!
I can use both at the same time.
And you probably cast Spectral Ring. I've got a third one!
It's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I totally get those things. Alrighty.
That's an actual
so
magic
let's-
when I can learn as well.
I just want to write down what
If anyone had
Igorov
like
gave me.
attack 50 swords in the head.
Yeah.
Igorov gave you a token for free cosmetic buffing at his local outlet for a year. He was such a nice guy.
This is all of Uncle. Like you.
And in a city,
He, you a small box of jewels.
box of jewels.
Which are now already embedded in your scale.
Jewels.
Kind of reminds me of Sword Art Online.
I haven't seen his team yet, but Dragonfell gave me a diamond.
He did. Drakenfels gave you a bejeweled ring.
A visual,
A bejeweled.
a bejeweled ring. Yeah.
The rainbow ring.
Bejeweled ring. But it was one of the.
And it was
Was it Gorovich?
Brenat
Renat
gave
gave
you
me
the
the diamond.
after the beheaded
Diamond and beheaded raptor.
But it's a very strange thing to do.
Okay, so just keeping track of my lovely gifts.
So okay, so next one who shows up, because you haven't had them all show up yet.
No, I've had
This
the
is
two
very
dwarf
educational because we've never seen all the princes in one place before, and I don't think we've ever heard of them really ever being in the same place at the
I'm
same
also just going
time.
to point out this is the last time I want to see all the princes in the same place with me. Because if it's not somebody's birthday, somebody's getting killed.
So
Or someone's on trial.
I don't think
Someone's
I've
on
seen the
trial.
House of Linden. I'm not sure.
Okay,
about
so
to.
there is this sound of crackle and flame as this man just steps out of the into the hallway. With all the lights that are in the room go out as he just lights up the room.
Are these the lawful pacifists of Ethengar?
No, these are the vengeful followers of the flame.
The vengeful followers
The
of
Seri, Valdor, and the 11th.
This is
Sorry, yeah, that's hard reading this.
it is House of Linden.
Linden, vengeful followers of the flame. Valsari Vladoran.
The ones that are hated by
That
the
going.
Empire.
And as he
I'm very glad for this book.
as he steps into the room, there is a nice sound of cracking of stone beneath his feet. as he almost is wreathed in flame, which he then just gestures out, and then the lights come back on around the place.
That's a light show.
That's a whole light show.
I felt like this guy we do like the Tony Stark entrance where he's doing Batman playing Galactus or whatever. Where it's like, there's nothing going on that chair.
Yeah, that's why they get him, you know?
Goes, greetings, dragon, and your two friends.
Yay! So he knows that, huh?
Probably.
Yes, I created the curse.
Oh, nice.
It's a very useful first, thank you.
Don't worry, it will work for you in the situations you don't, and not in the ones you want it to.
Yeah, sure. It's curse.
So,
I understand that much at least.
I have something for you.
You do?
I do.
Ooh. What would that be?
It is a necklace.
Ooh, thank you.
What it allows you to do is, instead of breathing, that annoying cold that white dragons love to do,
Okay.
you can instead breathe fire.
Ooh, fire!
Fire is better, isn't it? Fire is always better.
Fire, cool. Okay, I'm
Does it replace or just you have the option?
Once per day, she can breathe fire instead of cold.
Oh, that's cool.
use necklace. It's a pretty necklace?
It is a pretty necklace. It is in the shape of flame jewels. Each jewel looks like it's a part of a flame.
Fire once a day.
Yep.
Yay! And how do I do that?
You wear it.
Okay, but if I wear it all the time because I love it and it's pretty, it just doesn't work after I use it the first time?
Not eat.
Is there like a code word?
Just once per day. When you just choose when you want to use it.
When I will it. Okay.
Hi, buddy.
Which pretty much means it's the equivalent of a bonus action.
Yay!
You just choose to activate it and go. Ding, off it goes.
That's really cool.
That is awesome.
Well, most of the things are themed on the people who gives it to you.
I've noticed and it's really cool.
Well, those are things going out of whack throwing with him being sick. This was actually supposed to happen on my birthday. My birthday
I know.
thing, so
I know.
it's kind of cool.
And then all the flames get blown out of the room. He just looks annoyed. And then he just storms off.
Oh,
Is that the who would do that? The wind guy or the
wind guy.
A lot of them would do that, but the wing guy is well known for.
Aindir. Prince Volospin Aindir.
If it was the wind guy, I
The
don't think
wind guy.
because he showed his prowess at the wrong.
That was the Thiakan one, who's also an air type.
Oh, okay, alright.
Just that he was the opulent air type.
Yes, okay.
And but you see this, he dresses in imperial bluish sort of robes and dress.
I like this.
So who is this?
He is Prince Volospin Aindir. He's
House
tall.
of Silver.
Oh, the silver.
Silverton?
Yeah,
Silverton.
House of Silver.
Yeah. Was him. So who was the first guy who was like pudgy?
Pudgy one was the he was the House of Sirachi.
Oh, Sirichi.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. The Machiavellian ones gave me the box of jewels after I made him fart.
I mean, not inaccurate.
I got a box of jewels, even though I made him fart, so you know.
You don't even hear him walking.
Oh, okay. The air guy. Do I see him?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see him walking, but you don't hear him.
I greet him.
He gives you a big flourish of a bow.
I give him a little bow in return because I'm not that good at flourishing. And Jasmine's.
Jasmine's as well. Jasmine's always good.
Jasmine what?
Okay. So, he says, congratulations on your day of birth, even though it has been delayed.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure 6 years is too short of time to be a dragon, but not long enough as you always want more.
Yes, you do.
And here's to many, many more years to come.
Yay, thank you. That's good.
And he then gives you a nice little statue.
Pretty?
Pretty statue of a dragon.
Oh.
Looks like it's made out of silver.
Is it fragile?
It does look fragile.
Oh. So fragile that if I cuddle it, it'll break?
You don't think it will break.
Okay, I give it a cuddle.
It doesn't break.
Yay.
But it is a pretty statue.
Yay. Pretty statue made of silver?
Yeah.
How big is it? Is it like fit in my little backpack?
It will fit into your little statue. Second last of the princes wanders in. He has that sort of swagger of someone who's on horseback, even though technically these people don't ride horses that much.
The Ethengar people we like.
Mm.
The House of Iltibur?
And he does have the
No, not House of Iltibur. No, it
it
is.
is the House of Cinnabad.
Of Cinnabon.
And so that's basically what he looks like, that picture there.
Singabad,
He's
yeah.
that big head.
Lawful past. Ooh, that's impressive. They're the lawful pathicists of Ethengar. Prince Jarek Virayana.
Yeah, Jarek, sorry. I was
Jarek.
looking at the wrong.
Jarek. Yeah.
So I was looking at the Jagger one, which is I wrote respected, but that's respected because they're military prowess, not because they're
Yeah.
yes, Ethengar. I was on the wrong page.
I note him respectfully.
Okay. He
Considering he looks like that, I note him very respectfully. Respectfully.
He puts a little box on the table for you and opens it, and out comes a little miniature horse running around.
Oh!
Very cute.
Lots of jazz wings.
Seems to be made out of obsidian.
Oh, is it like a little musical magical horse or just
It-
a mechanical horse?
It's not mechanical at all.
Oh, it's a little mini real horse
A mini horse made out of obsidian that moves forward.
that's animated.
Mhm.
It's magic.
That's awesome.
Very hard to break.
That's awesome. I cuddle that too.
It rubs up against you.
I cuddle it even more. I'm gonna make a little pocket satchel so that it can sit around me. It can sit at my little pocket at the wall.
So I was like noting down like all the news and pockets and things I need to make for you.
I need a little harness pocket so that I can carry my little horsey.
I can stitch like a pocket into your like backpack.
Yeah, my backpack
things.
Okay, and last comes in the equivalent of Dumbledore. You can see that little that.
That's awesome.
Oh wow, that is awesome.
Nice.
Animated. Obsidian horse.
Prince Etienne d'Amberville, head of the Great School of Magic.
Oh.
So we've met him before.
You've met him before, not very often,
Yeah.
because you don't normally get to see the headmaster.
Yeah.
And the headmaster's come to your birthday.
I am all inspired.
So he pulls up a chair and sits down and starts to eat with you,
That's fine.
making jokes at the expense of the other princes.
That works too. I laugh a lot.
Like, look, I taught this dragon magic.
And so his gift to you is a night of entertainment
And that's awesome.
and nice wines, because his family are winemakers.
I thank you very much. Am I old enough to drink wine?
Anyone's old enough to drink wine, he says.
That works. Am I old enough to get drunk though?
I ordered the non-alcoholic day.
That works better.
I mean, we have spells for that.
I was about to Zol gets out his like special cup just in case.
Special.
That's okay. Every time your expert goes up to do something to him, he just holds out his finger and the expert goes. And just sort of, pretends he's not there and just sidles away. As soon as he knows your expert quite well.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
You're actually like running around, hooks his head over the second floor, and it's like.
He doesn't even run around on all of it.
This is probably one of the few times I'll ever see my axe be scared of other people.
No, he's pretending like he's not your bird. He's just so behaved, tame, friendly, and basically does everything you ask him to.
Oh, now's the time to train him. Yeah, I'll be like,
Next time he does something, I'll be like, I'll get those princes on you, just you watch.
He adores the princess, but he'll defend anything disgraces.
I'll get the headmaster on you, just you watch.
yeah, The headmaster's friends with us now.
I'll probably take off my cloak for a little while and converse with the headmaster. Because he's cool.
Yeah, he didn't even notice you had the cloak on, he just kept talking to you.
Oh, really? Oh.
He's the headmaster of the school of magic.
That is true.
Very Dumbledore-like.
Which is why he can sit on you when you put up a chair.
Was it all the princes?
That was all the princes. He was the last prince. He made sure he was last because he made sure the others attended.
Alright, I'm gonna sing that because it's a birthday song.
Proper birthday song.
A proper birthday.
And as you get ready to sing, he makes all the other princes come back and sing with you.
Okay, fine.
So you get a song from all the princes of the land
Oh wow!
and princesses.
Can I re-roll?
Sure, there's one reroll left. Using the last reroll of the night on the birthday song.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh,
Please be better.
That's a 20 sleep.
Or is that a 1?
Yeah, that's 20.
The other one was a 1. So I re-roll this. It's a natural 20. For the birthday song. Of course.
Okay, so the most wonderful song, this song becomes famous.
You know what the worst part was? My thought was if I rolled a 1, I bet the gods would smite me and make me sing it good. So like, I have to do a re-roll, and the gods say it's 20. Okay.
No, you meant to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so you're backed up by the 10 princes and princesses of Galantree. No pressure. You start off out of tune and you go, oh, I'll start it again.
Sushi.
Yeah. That was the one I rolled. That's out of the way now. 20.
And so Caltrix has the best day ever.
Yeah, she does. Jasmine. Also Jasmine.
And I think that might be a good point to stop up tonight as they spend the rest of the night having dinner.
I'm going to give Caltrix a present.
What was the present?
I'm going to give you a it's a scroll case,
Oh, lovely.
and it has 3 scrolls in it. One of cure wounds, one of inflict wounds, and one of guiding bolt.
Thank you.
And there's also another one.
Do I get to hug so far?
You can. So they will kind of grumble about it, so we'll let you. It's also a toadstool. Edible toadstool. You could eat.
My scroll case.
No. So there's a scroll case, which has the 3 scrolls in it, and there's also a small
Toadstool.
box, and then there's a toadstool inside.
Is that the one you got from the fairies?
Yes.
Is this the luck toadstool?
Technically?
I'm 6 years old. Should I be eating this toadstool right now?
Yes. It's actually the best time to eat it.
Okay, I eat the toadstool.
You will have the best night of your life, I guarantee it.
I already have.
Excellent.
So this seems like a little bit like closing the gate after the horse is bolted. But sure, I'll eat it. Does anything happen?
You won't know until next session.
Okay, alright.
Zal rummages around his pockets and pulls out 4 Argate stones and gives them to you as well to go over the collection.
Do I have enough money to make a donation to some charity or something that around needs lots of help in the name of my birthday?
Okay.
Is there a particular charity in Gantry that would be more appropriate?
Possibly. Probably one relating to the dragons.
Yeah, something that helps them. I would like to make that in honor of my birthday. I'm not sure what would be a good amount. But I think I know I've got 3,000 and I have to look at what my last gold was. And I have to figure out what that is minus paying Grindelwald, which is mess.
That's what you got Grindelwald for.
It is what I had Grindelwald for. I had 3,200. Oh no, that 200 was in Gen, so I had 3,000. I gather it's been about 100 odd gold coins to Grindelwald at this stage. It's been about 3 months.
Probably.
And probably a few bonuses, so let's make it 350. Sound fair? You don't think it should be more? Okay, so that'll be 3,000 minus say 350. So I might. Is 50 gold a lot?
50 gold is all that is.
Is it like huge? Is 25 gold a lot?
Most people get a profit of 1 gold a year.
Okay, so 10 gold would be a generous donation. I donate 10 gold to a charity for my birthday.
And what was it?
I was going to ask Arian if she wrote down scrolls.
I'm going to. I'm about to write down the scrolls and the agate. So I had 3 scroll case, and it had a scroll of healing. Did you say?
Scroll of cure wounds.
Cure wounds.
Scroll of inflict wounds.
Inflict.
And a scroll of guiding bolt. And these are scrolls so you can use any of them.
So I heard scroll of heal person, scroll of heal undead, and scroll of seek undead.
Guiding bolt.
Technically, it seems I'll use like two out of 3 of those magics as well, so you know what they are. Because I have inflict wounds, I have cure wounds, and what was the other one?
Guiding bolt.
I'm pretty sure I have guiding, and I do have guiding bolt as well. I'm pretty sure I've used all of them.
Did you say it was a handful or 5 agate?
4.
4 agate stones. 4 agate stones. By the way, when you give it to me, I am literally bouncing. I'm so happy.
Like, you better make sure you put those stones securely in your scales so they don't go out.
Yep. I don't want to lose them.
You see all the glittery stuff in Calprix already.
You ate the toadstool.
Yes. Oh, and the toadstool. I forgot. The toadstool of what? Luck?
Yes.
This is gonna end well. Should I get a
Hopefully it means our research into these seeds as well. Rather than a romantic night watching fireworks.
So, as you have the toadstool, a little fairy appears above you and says, "What do you wish?"
I wish for the research that I need to do into how do I say magic seeds without saying magic seeds?
Okay, so a book lands in front of you. The research into magic seeds and how do you not say magic seeds?
No, I thought that. I didn't think that. I said that to Zal.
As you said that to Zell, this book lands in front of you.
I hope all my research in the next couple of weeks goes remarkably successfully. All the research that I in the next coming weeks. That's my actual wish.
Okay. The pixie allows it.
No.
But he also drops the book. But had the wish or the book on how to ask about the seeds without asking about the seeds. Because
I
he thought that was
scoop
amusing.
up the book.
So I'll probably like put that in the cloak of forgiveness very quickly. Let me see here. Actually,
Which when eaten triggers a fairy. Oh, I better write this down.
Well, the fairy did say it was a magical mushroom.
Triggers a fairy.
Yep. I know what kind of.
But we call magic mushrooms.
make a wish.
Wishes, yeah, come back to haunt you.
Well, I'm sure it could bite me in the ass, but
You could if you wanted to. It's very good. It's got teeth.
I'm hoping that I'll find the books and the scrolls that I'm after, and I'll understand what they say.
Is that like the book in Harry Potter, the Monster Manual, which is like actually a monster?
And the interesting thing is finding and understanding are two different things.
Well, I said I hope my research goes successfully.
Yeah.
So that would mean.
Hey, at least you didn't wish that you could. I had one of them. They wished for 1 million gold coins. So they got 1 million gold coins, one at a time, falling on their head, and after it fell on their head, it would disappear. And it wasn't constantly, it was randomly. Every now and then, tick, tick. Because they didn't ask to keep them, they just wanted a million gold coins. So they were getting a million gold coins. That's pixie magic. They got what they wished for.
That's great.
Pixie magic is not necessarily a blessing, it's more of a curse.
Well, I want to help others, so I'm more interested in trying to move along this
One of them wished.
path to help people.
One of them wished for a horse to help their companions get to their destination faster. So he got turned into a werehorse.
That was great.
The problem was he couldn't control when he turned into a horse. But whenever he thought it was dramatically appropriate, he turned into a horse.
Okay.
So in the middle of having a conversation with someone in a bar, he'd turn into a horse.
That could be fun. Who did that?
That was
That sounds
Shannon and Mel.
Ah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
shall
that would have
we-
been a lot of fun. Nice. Very nicely done. Okay, well, thank you very much for my birthday celebration. And for my cool stuff, my scroll and my scroll case. I'm very happy with doors, and I got pretty jewels and pretty stones. And Calcrix is no longer a white dragon. Now a multicolored sparkly dragon.
Ugly dragon.
So did anyone have any questions before we end the session?
No.
Don't think so. But
That's
what's
okay.
happened, so.
You could
Yeah,
always
there's a lot to take in. I've got like heaps to ride. And, like, big gap.